And you're watching the Punchline with Kelly Pavlik and James Dominguez. And we got a
barn burner today.
Nice show again today.
Got a barn burner.
I am stoked, man.
Has
anybody use that term really in a long time?
Yeah, people from California use that.
Using it on the Olympics.
Stoked. Oh,
those
Sean White.
You know who used it was those brother and sister. They're Americans, but they're Asian. The brother and sister.
Oh, yeah.
They were like, yeah, we're stoked.
Hey, on a gay note, I watched, I think last week, not even a week ago, that group from Germany and that couples figure skating.
Yeah.
They tore, I seen that last night. Dude, they tore that shit up though, man.
Bro.
Those two, that German girl and that dude, man. That was the best one I've seen in any Olympics.
But you know what though? Sean White stole the show.
Yeah,
the Olympics, bro. Everybody was in their feelings, huh?
A lot of crazy shit going on.
Where's the video? It's not playing yet.
Oh, it's playing.
Is it? Because I don't see it.
You got any questions?
It just doesn't like you.
I don't see what's going on here. I'm in the punchline page. So, guys, a lot of big fights this week.
Yeah.
Some good ones. Some didn't work out the way we had liked, but we took a 50-50 stance on that fight, and I was happy because we were treated to a great fight with Danny and Brandon. It was closer than I thought, and then a lot of people gave it credit for. People thought that Danny was going to run right through Brandon.
Yeah.
And up until the 9th round, which was a fluke right fucking hand. It wasn't planned. That right hand was not planned.
He got hit with that right hand numerous times in that fight.
Yeah.
And didn't phase him. He got knocked off balance. My pops was even going, no, I knew that was going to happen. And my dad did say, he did say that he thought that was going to happen in the fight. My thing is that people are going to say, oh, we're full of shit. Fucking Brandon Rios was in his ass for a good amount of that fight. I mean, he was giving Danny Garcia fits, and it didn't seem like it, but he was working Danny Garcia, and we did say that. We said it was going to be a dogfight, and it was. It just Brandon Rios didn't have the pop or the pop on his punch to really make it look like that, but he was fucking in his ass.
There was a few times that Danny was hurt in that fight.
Listen,
I saw Danny stung a few times in that fight.
I didn't see it, but
I don't know. Well, I'm not going to say hurt like he was ready to go, but he got his attention quite a bit.
But he had to dig deep. He had to dig really deep. I could see a little fatigue setting in. I mean, Brandon was in his ass. Now the knockout too. Listen, 9 out of 10 times that fight's going to decision. If that fight the way it was going,
yeah.
Nobody could sit there and say that they were expecting that to at that point in the fight after watching the entire fight. Say, yeah, they seen that coming.
You're going to have motherfuckers on here saying they knew that was coming. They didn't pick the round.
Bullshit.
You ever notice people pick the round after the fight? I picked that round.
Yeah.
I knew that Brandon didn't have a chance.
And like I said, 9 out of 10 times that fight would have ended up going to decision.
I mean, Danny landed a perfect shot at the perfect moment.
Because Danny Garcia and even the announcers, which ain't saying much with the announcers anymore, but even they were saying that Danny's not known to be a knockout puncher.
Yeah, he.
So
well, maybe at 40 he was. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but not at 47.
So no, but also too, like, who else but Brandon Rios could have got up from that? Who else? His head hit the canvas. He was out for all intent purposes. On the way down, he was out, and he somehow managed to get up.
To be honest with you, too, though, yeah, because that was a perfect. Everything was lined up for that.
Thank you.
Again, he hit Brandon Rios with 90 of those, if not harder, throughout the fight. And
yeah,
he just caught Brandon. Brandon got very lackadaisical. And you know what? And Brandon showed that was great of him afterwards in an interview. He even said, he goes, "Fuck." He goes, "I got lazy with the jab. I fucked up." I mean, he left it there.
Yeah, you know what I wanted to... You know what was funny? I heard a comment made. You know what's strange? When Brandon Rios has the most class in the entire ring, everyone else losing their shit. Jim Gray's losing his shit. Danny Garcia's losing his shit.
Jim Gray had a reason.
Yeah, no, but Sean Porter and his dad was losing their shit, right? Yeah. And the only one that had class in the ring was Brandon Rios.
I was surprised with that too because I love the Porters.
Yeah.
I love Sean. I love Kenny.
Yeah.
And I was really kind of like stung by seeing that after the fight. You don't usually see Porter and his dad, Sean and his dad, classier than that. You know what I mean? Like that was Danny Garcia's time. You want to call him out? Like, wait till the interview's over.
Fuck, right?
Whatever, whatever. But it could have been just a one-time thing.
But I agree. But
what's up, Michael?
How much of a badass is Errol Spence to make everyone else fight with each other or fighting someone else but him?
And one motherfucker mentioned his name either.
Nobody mentions his name. And when they do, like Sean Porter just said, I have no plans to fight him. Danny Garcia said, I got no plans to fight him. Mm-hmm. Thurman already made it clear multiple times they ain't fighting him. They see something in this kid that fans and people outside the sport do not see. People are saying, oh, Errol Spence, he's overrated. He's not fought anybody. That motherfucker has been tearing the gym up since he was 16 years old.
I still see people saying about like who out there could beat Spence, and people were putting Crawford, this person.
Crawford might be the only
one. And but like, just comes to the fact that right now, or I'm going to jinx myself, but I don't see anybody in the welterweight division beating him. They were talking about him moving up to junior middleweight, and now listen, at that now he's in what guys his weight. You know, listen, I still think Kell Brook, man. Well, if he gets past to be able to fight, coming in looking like a Terminator, but
I'm waiting for those eyes to be red. Yeah. You know what I mean?
But I mean, he's a big fucking good sized junior middleweight who could fight. When you go up to that weight class, you know, but Spence may be able to pull it off at junior middleweight due to the fact of he's a big dude.
Yeah, he is.
Especially, I got into that. Mine was, again, going back with the Sean Porter. If there's anybody I think that's going to give him a go right now, it would be Sean Porter, again, because of his size. Maybe not so much with Spence, but anybody else in that division.
Anybody else.
Because here's the reason why. Porter did come down from 68.
Yeah.
Porter was even heavier than that in playing football. He's a naturally big dude.
He's 180, yeah.
So now the only problem with Spence is that Spence is bigger.
Well, also one of the main problems is too, you get inside an Errol Spence, that's just his game. That's what he wants. So if Porter gets in there, he's going to have a long night ahead of him because Spence does well on the inside.
He does, but I think it's a different type of inside though, because Porter suffocates the shit out of you.
And but
it
also
wears you down.
Spence throws punches from 3 or 4 inches and hurts you from short distances.
That's what I was trying to actually say. I meant to say anybody else in that division, but he's still going to be a battle for Spence for a little bit.
Yeah.
Somebody said, well, Broner dropped Sean Porter. Sean Porter still won though, and Broner can hit.
Yeah.
Broner can pop.
Broner can pop, man. Hey, we got some everybody saying hi and stuff like that, and I wanted to reach out to everybody because we appreciate everybody. Rebecca says, hi, guys. What's up? Hi, Rebecca.
Hi, Rebecca.
Jason Bailey says, hey, guys. Lisa Snow Winchell says, hey, friend. She's probably talking about you. She probably doesn't like me. Jeremy says, hi. I thought it was going the distance.
Damon said, what about your Navy costume, Sean?
Who said that?
Damon.
Oh, you guys want to see my Navy? Look at this. Look at this. But, Cameron says hi. Michael Cameron. Mike Elliott says, hey, how you doing? How you doing, Mike?
I'm not getting that on mine.
No, because you have to keep updating. Matthew Estes, Spence is a beast. Michael Eddy, one of my buddies, good buddies.
Update.
Spence beats them all. Damon, I think you forgot what the
back. I hate to update.
And Errol has confidence coming out of his ears besides being a dog with crazy. And Damon, you saw my Navy costume, buddy. That's an actual Navy SEAL. But yeah, bro. I hated seeing Brandon go like that. I hated it.
I did too.
But how much longer can Brandon keep on going like that? You know what I mean?
I think he should. I think it's time. He had a hell of a career. He's been pro a good amount of time too.
And you know what? I think he would do great. I think he would do great as a trainer because he relates to people. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Ding ding. But no, I really do. Iftkar Ahmed says, "How are we doing, Javen Kelly? Hope you're well. I'm doing great. I don't know how Kelly's doing, but I hope you're doing great too. I appreciate you asking.
Doing super. Thanks for asking.
Yeah, but there is so much. I think 2018 can shape out to be better than 2017 with boxing.
And that's hard, man, because 17 was a great year.
17 was a fucking great year. That was like a Christmas present. You know what I mean?
It was.
2017 in 2017, everybody's life went to shit, but the only thing that kept us afloat was boxing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and then people will still bring up they always want to compete like MMA. Dude, MMA does not do the big numbers that boxing does, though. As far as pay-per-view, and that, man, the top fights in boxing still outdo it. And MMA is great. We got a lot of James got a lot of MMA friends. It's combat sports. Listen, I'm not that ignorant enough to disrespect it. Boxing has another year like 2017.
Yeah, I'm going back to jiu-jitsu next week. Are you coming too?
No, not right now.
I'm gonna whoop your ass in jiu-jitsu. Ass, Kelly. I can't do it in boxing, but jiu-jitsu, it's on, buddy. Armbar is out the ass coming.
We'll see.
You don't even have a stripe on your belt. You better just back it down a notch. You don't got no damn stripe on your belt.
I'll have you bent like a pretzel. Hold on, let's I got a question from YouTube.
Yes, let's hear it.
From Dempsey242.
We got a lot of questions today too.
Besides the great Philly southpaw Rocky Balboa, of course, have you guys ever heard of a fighter being able to convert in the midst or even beginning of their career, even a journeyman amateur?
What?
Yeah, let's use Paul Spadafora, for instance, PA kid.
Oscar De La Hoya.
But Spadafora was an orthodox fighter in the AMs.
Yep.
And unfortunately got into some stuff outside the ring, got shot in the leg, and had to change the entire style to become southpaw
because he couldn't punch anymore.
Because he couldn't plant on the foot or that leg.
Yeah,
and that's why Paul Spadafora fought southpaw, and it worked to his benefit. He lost a lot of power, obviously, and whatnot, but I think that style made him to where he was at.
Yeah, and I've said many years I worked with Paul for almost 3 years as a sparring partner. And I've never sparred anybody with that kind of pure boxing skill. The guy is so underrated as a fighter.
Yeah.
He would literally take you apart. He would take you apart.
Without moving.
And not move. Draw a circle right in the ring and never leave the circle.
And what was frustrating about it was it didn't hurt either when he hit you.
Oh, you know what? It didn't hurt, but sometimes you didn't see it coming and that hurt. You know what I mean? Because he would sting you from angles that you're not used to being hit with. I said, this motherfucker just hit me on the left side of the ear. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I never saw it coming.
Jake asked a good question for me.
What's that?
Kelly, there were rumors of you fighting Froch years ago. Is it Froch or Froch?
Call Froch. Froch, I think.
How do you think that fight would have played out? That's a great question, Jake. I'm going to explain this because this one really grinds my gears. Froch was getting his ass whipped by Jermaine Taylor, who was well past his good years after I knocked him out. And Jermaine Taylor was so far ahead on the scorecards after 12 rounds that he could have took that knee that before that last knockdown that was ended the fight. He could have took a knee and would have survived the round, and he still would have won that fight after being dropped. I think that would have been his third knockdown in that last round. That's how far ahead he was on the scorecards. I don't get where people think Froch would have beat me. He wouldn't have outboxed me by no means. He wouldn't have hurt me. And my boxing ability was far superior than Froch's was. And again, that goes to show you that a prime Jermaine Taylor, the second fight when I fought him, I outboxed him. I won a decision. And the dominance that Jermaine Taylor put on him in their fight. That right there just goes to show you. They say he hits hard. I don't see how big of a puncher Froch was, really. He didn't hurt Jermaine Taylor in the seventh round.
Well, I think what Froch was, I don't think he was a one-punch artist. I think he was an accumulation puncher. Yeah. And I also think that he had really good punch placement. He knew exactly where to hit you.
But again, it took him 12 rounds to get already shook Jermaine Taylor, because that was like 2 fights after I fought Jermaine Taylor. And I just don't see Froch. I'm not saying that the fight would have ended in a knockout, but I definitely see me.
I would rather say you fight Abraham.
Yeah.
But there's some great questions today, and I don't want to leave anybody out. Simon, our staff writer, and probably one of the best writers we've ever had on the show, is the best writer we've ever had. I think the division is waiting more on fights to see if minor weaknesses are exposed with each Spence fights. There are no proven game plan yet versus Errol, and he's right. There is no proven game plan.
Kell Brook was on a
it may have been
path of it.
It was an experience too under the big lights at that time. That was the first big fight. But Sonny said he's a one-stripe white belt, which is awesome. Mike Eddy says, Brandon has too much heart and loves to fight. He would just keep going if the fights are available, but he should go out and train others, pass on his wisdom, and I guarantee that. I said nothing wrong with that. There's always a job for him with Robert, you know what I mean? Or anybody else. Michael Cameron, Paulie Malignaggi also had to change his style after hand injuries. He actually holds record for most consecutive KOs in the amateurs, which is a fact. You were in the under-19s with him at Marquette, Michigan, right? Damon says, Kelly Pavlik, what was LB talking about when you was at Top Rank saying that you ran guys off for camp or spar work where you were sparring? What did you mean by that?
I was sparring. I'm not, like he didn't throw no names out, so I'm not going to throw no names out. But I was working with guys, and some guys a lot heavyweights actually that were top amateurs and are just turned pro. And it was early in my career too. This was like 2003. I was only 3 years pro, and it was good sparring. And what he said, I don't know. I don't want to elaborate on it. I don't like that part
He just
of it.
whooped motherfuckers' asses out of the gym.
Yeah,
hey,
it makes me blush. But Damon, pretty much what he said.
Bro, we had our first troll question. It's amazing. Roger, you may be the greatest fucking troll I've ever seen on Facebook. Kudos to you, buddy. If Mayweather came back for one more big fight and fought Mike Alvarado in pay-per-view, who wins that mega fight? And that's a very good fight. Might possibly break Manny Pacquiao and Mayweather.
Mike Alvarado?
Yeah, and Mayweather's going to break the records. Kudos to you, sir. Kudos to you.
Where the fuck did that come out of?
I don't know, but he was saying that would break. It's a troll question. There is no way that he could be serious. If not, he's eating fucking wallpaper at home. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Did you answer that question right now? What are your thoughts on the 8-man WC tournament?
I have not. I haven't even seen it yet. I have not. Well, there's my girl Tracy Heisler.
Yeah.
Where's it at?
Right here.
Under his car. Okay.
It's car. Ahmed.
Yeah. Go ahead and answer that, Kelly. Oh, I see it. Okay.
I think it's.
We just
it's good. I think it's a great tournament.
I think Spence wins that.
I don't know. Like maybe he wants to know in the second place who fights for it.
Oh, Crawford. You're not going to see Crawford longer at 140 than this last. This is his last fight at 40. Let's see. Crawford has set himself making weights a bitch.
Yeah.
Crawford's not the biggest guy, but he's not a small 140.
I don't see him beating. I don't know yet. I mean, Thurman is a tough fight for him at 47.
I don't see it being.
Porter is a very tough fight.
I don't see Thurman being a tough fight for him, and I'm not shitting on Thurman. I just don't think.
Oh, I don't think Thurman's that great.
I don't think Thurman is the prime of the division. I think he might be third or fourth.
But I'm saying, because
I think Porter's better.
I do. For a guy like Spence, or not Spence, Crawford, in Porter style, I think it is.
Look at this.
I'm saying.
Yeah.
Excuse me, people. I'm saying Thurman though because Crawford is coming up.
Yeah.
Coming up in weight against an experienced guy that's been campaigning at welterweight for a while.
True.
That's where I'm.
Ifskar's this fucking dark horse coming out here asking these fucking great questions, right? Do you think either Usyk or Gassiev can have success at heavyweight? I think they both can. They're both big cruiserweights. I think they can have moderate success. And with the way the heavyweight division is, how weak it is, they can have great success there. The only competition is Joshua or Wilder.
Yeah.
That's it.
Again, no, that's a big jump. But, but then again, Roy Jones did it. I understand his boxing ability.
Yeah.
But he was a lot smaller.
Yeah.
Chris Bird did it. Maybe these guys can.
Those guys had unbelievable skills. If you had Chris Bird today in the heavyweight, he'd be the champion. Chris Bird would have whooped everybody's ass in the heavyweight division. Yeah, if he fought now.
He'd be top.
Chris Bird was fucking amazing. He
was.
He came from 156, right? 165 from the Olympics.
As much as we shit on these guys, too, though, I mean, but these guys are different fucking 6'8", 6'7", 6'9",
yeah.
250, 60 pounds.
So was Lennox Lewis and Michael Grant.
Lennox Lewis was. Michael Grant
was 6'6", 6'7".
Was he 6'6"?
He was bigger. He was bigger than Lennox Lewis.
Oh, I got another. Let's try to hit these YouTube questions.
Yeah, get them, buddy.
Oh, okay. This is from Dempsey 242. Froch is such a classless fighter too. He's still taking shots at Ward constantly. Froch just had an awkward caveman style with a tremendous chin. But with your volume and power, Kelly, and technical skills, he would not match up well against you. The British are the only ones who say he beats you. Laugh out loud. Well, thanks, Dempsey. I do appreciate it. That's how I see it, though. I truly do.
You know what, though, Kelly? I'll say one thing about the British. They're the best fucking fans in the world, dude.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Let
me tell you what. They'll go to a shitty fight and they'll pack the arena out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
80,000 people to see Ricky fucking Hatton and sing the Blue Moon. I'm like, what the fuck? Speaking of England,
I don't see them talk shit about him after a loss either.
Mike Eddy says Crawford can outbox most guys at 47 as long as his chin hold out. But Spence wins that tournament. I don't know if Kelly agrees with me, but there is a glaring weakness in Crawford, and I've stated it before, and I know people get crazy when I say it, but hear me out, guys. Crawford is fucking great. He has all the tools, right? But let me tell you something Crawford does not do well, and he's going to be exposed for it. He cannot fight on the inside. You will never see him get into a dogfight on the inside. When he fought Diaz, that gold medalist, that Diaz was catching the shit out of him on the inside. Everybody who's fought him has caught him on the inside. And Crawford seems to batten down the hatches and run backwards out of it. He wants no part of that. Gamboa beat him up on the inside.
Yeah. When it comes to Crawford, again now on this, Crawford's shown all of his skills and showed what he could do. And I'm not taking that away. I mean, when people put him in like number one pound for pound, listen, I'm really not saying you guys are like crazy and don't know what you're talking about.
He's number one pound for pound.
I could see your argument, where you can stand on and have that argument.
Yeah.
My opinion is Lomachenko.
Yeah.
Because again, now we're saying the only person at welterweight, a weight class that he's going to move into that can beat him, is Spence, and that pretty much everybody kind of is more leaning towards Spence than they are Crawford in a fight at 147.
Yeah.
So how the hell can fucking you make a guy number one pound for pound when he's not? You don't have him the best fighter in his weight class.
But how can you make somebody number one in their weight class when they've only fought 2 or 3 guys that were fucking considered elite?
Rigondeaux was the elitist of elite, though, the best opponent that.
But he was still not in another weight class. Crawford, look at Crawford's box rec from the 9 or 10 fighters down. All of them ranked in the top 10.
But you said before the fight too, you agreed that was one of the best matchups in boxing because of the skills.
No. I'm saying in his weight class.
And then what Lomachenko also did in that fight.
No, I'm saying you're holding against Crawford for the same thing that you shouldn't be holding Lomachenko to.
We're not going to rehash this one, this argument.
I'm saying Crawford's number one pound for pound. And I would give Lomachenko right below him. You know what I mean?
Okay, either or. Whoever. So with that, and what I'm saying is that's a fair argument. But Crawford at 147 is where I'm at now. Like, let's before we say he's untouchable. 147 is a bad motherfucking weight class. So let's see how he does. If he goes in his first fight and fights a guy like Porter or Thurman,
or even
and handles them,
or even Danny Garcia, just to see how he does.
Handles Danny Garcia easily. Then you go, holy shit, man, yeah. So that's my thing. Like, let's wait out and see him have one fight at 47.
Yeah, because
he may turn back around and fight one more fight at 140 or 2 more. We don't exactly know.
Yeah.
I did hear that he definitely wants to go to 147 though.
Mike says, Kelly, congrats on going to be at the Hall of Fame.
Oh, thanks, Mike.
That's awesome. Yeah,
appreciate it.
Our own Kelly Pavlik is a special guest at the International Boxing Hall of Fame in Canastota, New York.
That's right.
This summer. So if you guys want to come out, go ahead and get your tickets. Come out, meet Kelly. I may be there myself.
You may.
I may show up if I'm invited.
Justin may be there too.
Also, another great question.
Justin ain't got a choice because we'll kidnap him and drop him out.
Iftikhar says, do you think the winner of Gassiev-Usyk deserves a place on the pound-for-pound list? They already both are on the pound-for-pound list, I believe. I think Usyk's already on a pound-for-pound list. But they already are the best fighter in the division, bar none. They've already proved that, so.
I still like Usyk in that one.
I do, too. I think the boxing skill is going to overtake power any day, and it usually does.
Yeah. But, you know, what you can see of his size, and Usyk shows he can get hit. That's when I'm going to have to go back and watch him fight a couple more times and before I give an opinion on that winner of that fight. Because Usyk did get touched a lot in that last fight. So.
Well, that's because the guy could box his ass off.
Yeah, the guy could too.
World champion.
Yeah, but...
You know, and I look at that too. The dude was undefeated. He didn't come in there. He wasn't a chump. He was Was he 21-0?
Yeah.
The guy can fight. But also,
Oh, Mike Elliott. I had Harry Roy there a few times. Yeah, Mike, trying to get in touch with Harry too on something. If you got his number, if you could message me it or something.
I saw Harry at Giant Eagle one time.
Oh yeah,
he was in the meat. Remember I told you that? He was in the meat section. I was pretty impressed.
He's a great dude. Yeah, I just got to talk to him about a couple things. My buddy.
What's up, Juanita? How you doing? How you doing, hon? And then there's another good one. Mike Ellis said Bird was awkward to fight, and Ifcar said Bud is fighting Jeff Horn for the WBO belt with Pac-Man and Alvarado on the undercard. Is it? Yes, you're right. And you know what's funny? We called that fight. We said that Crawford was going to Australia to hype Horn, and everybody said, "No, he's not. You don't know what the fuck you're talking about." And I'm like, "Look, stupid motherfuckers. We were just with Top Rank. Who what was his name? Bruce Trampler told us. I said, I'm gonna take Bruce Trampler's word over your boxing page. He said that we're sending Crawford the next week to Australia to hype this Horn fight. So I said, it was like, no. And let me tell you guys something. If me and Kelly put out information on a fight coming up, you can almost 98%, we've got it from the actual source. We just don't throw the shit out of our ass where the fight's coming from. We went to the source or got it from the source. I think everybody's saying Horn's going to give Crawford a hard time. I don't see it. I think Horn's going to tear him apart.
You mean Crawford's
going to tear Horn's ass apart. The
only thing Horn may have going for him is he's a big dude.
Yeah, but you know when a guy walks to you, that's Crawford's game. You don't walk to a guy like Crawford because he'll pick you apart. Ndongo tried that. Look what happened.
I know Pacquiao is old, but I mean he was kind of in it for a little bit. I still thought Pacquiao won the fight. But Crawford should win that fight. Easily. He should win that.
Steve Robinson says, "What's your thoughts on Grove Eubank?" It went the way that it was supposed to have gone. It went the way that I thought it was going to go. Grove just took Eubank apart. And it's not Eubanks, guys. It's Eubank.
Yeah. Their message. YouTube.
And Andy Lee announced retirement. That's about time.
Yeah, man. Shit, he's been pro.
A long time, man.
Yeah, he is.
Worldwide Boxing. I love that page anyway. Spent some time with Ed Hearn today from National Boxing. Is going to put on some shows in the U.S. It's going to give some of his fighters from the UK a platform in the U.S. and will also give exposed U.S. fighters. You know what? I agree with so much with Eddie Hearn being here because he's shaking up the system nowadays. Yeah. He's taking away from those 3 or 4 top promoters and he's adding something into it now, making these fuckers work harder and making them compete. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The more good promoters coming in, the less shitty pay these fighters are going to get.
This Dempsey, man, we put a nice thanks, Dempsey. We truly appreciate it.
What
he said, sorry for typing so much, but I look forward to this show all week long. It's the only show I've ever tuned into live every episode.
That's awesome. Thank you.
Yeah, dude, we truly appreciate it. And you're not bothering us, man.
Nope.
It's great to have the feedback. That's what the show is for. And thanks again. Anytime you got a question or a comment, man, fire it, and then our producer fires it over from the YouTube part on the computer, and I answer them. So.
Yeah, and you know what, guys? You guys are the lifeblood of this show. If it wasn't for your questions, we wouldn't have a show. We would be at your gym, Kelly.
Yeah.
I mean, so we appreciate all the questions, everybody on here, and we try our best to answer everybody's question and think of it as like one big boxing family. Like, I know when we did the show, when me and Kelly envisioned the show, we were talking about it, and I was like, I picture it like us being in this big room with all of our buddies just talking about boxing. That's how I picture it.
Besides, sometimes it gets more argumentable.
You know what? If we didn't argue, would it be a show? Or would it be like...
No, if in a room with our buddies.
Oh, yeah. But I mean, you know what I mean? I hate those shows where the hosts suck each other's dicks. I hate those shows, don't you?
Yeah.
Oh, you're like, Spence is the best. And oh, yeah, you're right. Spence is the best. Motherfucker, Crawford's the best. Oh, yeah, you're right. That's fucking...
We could do a studio frame. We could get 3 couches.
A fireplace.
Oh, we gotta get to come in and argue.
I got one of Kelly's corner jackets.
Wow.
I got one of Kelly's corner jackets he had given me. I'm putting it in a frame, and I'm going to put it in here over the wall for the show. Yeah, but we're doing that too. Also, did you guys tell anybody about Brooklyn?
Killing it.
We're doing Brooklyn April 23rd. We're going to be on with Chris Santos on the show Chopped.
Food Network.
Food Network.
Santos. You're going.
Yeah, you're going.
We is with the big guys now.
Hey guys, if anybody's going to be in New York, April 23rd,
here's the thing.
Meet up with us.
We're doing what we're kind of doing is we're going to be doing more so locally here, but it's just to add a variety to it. But we are going to be getting a handful of big places like the Santos in New York, Brooklyn, and
the Chop Show.
Yeah, the Chopped. I don't know if you guys watched that on the Food Network. It's my favorite show. And when our PR lady brought it up, she was like, Santos is a big boxing fan. His people said, yeah, like right on the spot.
Yeah.
They actually went out of their way to get a hold of us to do it. And
I hope that motherfucker cooks for us.
Yeah. Well, he is.
I know.
So the thing is, you think maybe we just give him an F on the food? The review?
Yeah. I'm going to say, you need to improve like he does everyone else. But you know what else
We're working on Michael Simon.
Mike Simon. You know what else we got going on? It's big. We're going to we're going to be at the Box Fan Expo in Vegas on Canelo and Triple G weekend. We're going to be there. We have our own booth. We're going to be sitting there talking to everybody and meeting everybody and merchandise and autographs. You guys, well, I'm not signing shit, guys. I'm nobody. But Kelly will be signing autographs and we'll be there. So if you guys want to come out to Vegas. I know Mike Eddie's going to be there sitting in our booth with us, keeping us company. Him and his brother Chris. But and some hoes. Oh no, hoes.
Rebecca, not a chance, honey. I charge for that now.
What did you want?
Since my estrogen levels kicked up and I'll
tell you another. Oh, what else we got going on? We are going to do we get asked this question a lot. Kelly does about his diet, about the foods he ate when he trained, and for a lot of you guys that are like up and coming fighters and guys that just want to get in great shape, we're gonna get a kitchen and Kelly's gonna prepare boxer safe meals and fighter safe meals for you to get in shape. And it's gonna be like our own little cooking show. We're gonna do an episode for you guys and show you guys how to get fighter fit. It's gonna be really awesome. I can learn a lot too since I've been on my weight cut journey for the past few months.
Yeah.
So I can learn too, guys.
I will cook you up something good.
We will cook you up something. And also, we're going to Triple G and Canelo fight. We'll be going there for sure. But also, we have the week after next, we have Ryan Garcia coming on.
Yeah.
Virgil Ortiz possibly, Michael Conlon, and Gabriel, the young kid out of Golden Boy, the fucking up and comer. My brain just fucking farted. Sorry about that, guys. Let me pull it up real quick. I'm sorry. I am so sorry.
Who can he be in the apron?
Gabriel Flores, guys. I am so sorry. Gabe Flores will be on the episode 2. We got all these big stars coming on. We also got what's the kid's name? The world champion. That just called it. That just called it. Wanted to come on. He called
Mike Conlon?
No, he called Amy. That people called Amy. Stafford's fighter, the little one, looks like Beetlejuice.
Oh, I don't know. I never heard of anything about it.
You know what? Rashi Warren.
Oh,
looks like
Rashi Warren. He's been around for a while.
He was 3 Olympics.
Yeah. Well, we got another YouTube question.
Great.
That's where my head's at. Hold on. I've seen something. Delilah, can he be in the apron?
Who?
I don't know.
Delilah wants to know what?
Can he be in an apron?
Can you be in an apron?
Yes.
Yes. Kelly's going to be in an apron. It's going to say kiss the cook.
With my chaps.
It's going to say
assless chaps.
It's going to say kiss the cook, playa.
Hold on, aspetta. We got a you almost understood that, huh? That was the time.
I know how Delilah talks.
We got a YouTube question from Stephen Connor. What is James?
I know it's gonna be something.
What's James's Navy SEAL costume? Show him
again.
Yeah.
You motherfucker just tuned in. Some people
look, guys. Ask me about my Navy SEAL costume.
Will you give us your weather? It's snowing and cold as shit here in Oregon. Have a good day, y'all. That's funny you asked about that too. Actually, today is unseasoned, like very rare. We actually broke records today. We had one of the coldest winters on record.
70 degrees today.
And then today it was actually 73 degrees.
That's crazy.
It is hot as shit outside, and I was really debating on wearing shorts and a tank top. But in a couple of days, it's supposed to go back down to the 30s or low 40s, high 30s.
Do we have any questions, guys? Go ahead and give us your questions because this is the day for it. You know what I mean? Look at Juanita. Hey, Juanita, when are you going to hook us up with your sister or me? She has nice boobs. Looks like two St. Bernard puppies fighting under a sweater or fighting under a blanket. Woo! You could tell Michelle I said that, Juanita, by the way. She's my homie.
I think I'm, what do you call that?
Hey, I got something. Let's talk about the Benavidez fight.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah, let's talk about the Benavidez fight. Fuck. Well,
I'm converting Delilah over, I think, slowly.
To what? To white men?
Yeah.
She's your girl. She'll be your girl. But let me tell you something.
Delilah.
Benavidez looked fucking awesome, dude.
He did.
Benavidez looked fucking amazing.
I think this could actually go into a better conversation.
Are we gonna get into that fucking Zerto? Zerto beats him, dude. Zerto beats fucking Benavidez.
Don't think so.
Bro, experience, man. Experience. And you know what?
And
David is too immature to learn to keep his
hold
fucking
that thought because I want to answer this question real quick. Envil Vargas says, Pal, do you think Brandon Rios should hang the gloves?
I think so.
I'm going to say this because I love the kid and I trained with him and had fun with him out there and grew a friendship. I think that he's given everything to the sport. I think he's given his fans everything. Me personally, I would like to see it. I would like to see him go on and, as somebody mentioned earlier, and use his experience and create a new chapter in the sport of boxing. And I think he could help young fighters with his knowledge and everything else. Yes, me personally, I would like to see it, but if he still wants to fight, he's only 31, then God bless him, and I wish him the best still, and I'm still going to root for him.
Yep.
So that's how I see it. But yeah, I would personally, I would like to see the man retire. He's done well for himself. I don't think he needs the money at all, and
it's hard. It's hard watching somebody that you actually care for, that you do love. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We know the guy. We've known the guy for years. Get hurt like that. That actually hurts to watch that. You know what I mean?
It does. It does.
I know you've seen it a lot in your career. Somebody that you actually care for, you train, and you actually love, and they fucking get knocked out like that. You feel helpless, So I understand that, and I would just like to see him.
Saul Perez Garcia, thank you, man. That's awesome, dude.
What'd he say?
I'm showing my 8-year-old nephew your highlights. Palik, he said you're a beast. That's awesome. Thank you. Tell your little nephew I said thank you.
He's all right.
Yeah, but going back to that, Benavidez, I think, first of all, they are the same size.
No, they're not. Did you look at their heights?
Yes, I did.
No, they're not. 163, the other one's 6'1.5".
If you look at the picture, too.
Bro, one was bent over like this. He was like sitting like this.
Oh, nah.
Oh, come
and
on,
Benavidez is with every bit as wide.
No.
Even if not.
Hey.
Okay, it's not a dick measuring contest on.
Benavidez should be wide. He came from 280 pounds. He came down from 280.
Exactly,
He should be wide.
I know. So, going on that, he's going to be the biggest guy that Ramirez has fought also.
The biggest guy that Benavidez has ever fought.
Yes. But Benavidez is just faster, sharper.
And
Ramirez, I don't think Ramirez is going to be able to put that punch output out there against Benavidez. He's still going to throw a lot of punches, but I don't see the numbers that he does against these other guys because he can get away with it.
They used to say the same thing about Fernando Vargas, and they said the same thing about Chavez. He wasn't fast enough to catch him. The guy punches and bunches. He's not as fast. We clear. But he throws 8 punch combinations. He throws 120 punches around. Bro, that says something.
I don't see that. I've watched Ramirez fight a handful. I mean, I'm talking about like 3 years ago I seen him.
And the guy can fucking fight. The guy can fight.
Okay.
I don't know, man. Today's our disagree show, I guess.
It fucking is.
You
I
know
think
what?
Benavidez
I
wins that fight.
I like Benavidez.
I think you're going to be surprised.
I just think he's a little too experienced for Zerto.
And let me explain to you on that. Okay, that's a great point you bring up. When he fought Avril, however you say it, Avril.
Gavril? Yeah,
Gavril. Gavril.
Yeah.
The first time he fought him, yes, young. Fucking young. And you can see in the fight how the fight turned out, and it was a close-ass fight. And he learned a lot in that fight. I'm going to explain to you why he learned a lot in that fight, because he came back as a young kid and the maturity showed in that rematch, how he just went in and totally made that a different fight. And executed everything perfectly.
So in 6 months, he became a wily veteran?
He fucking did. It looked like it. If you go from the first fight to the second fight, how do you not get that?
I think what
happened.
He
got dropped in the first fight.
I think it was more than Gavril having some shit taken out of him from that first fight. He had his soul taken from him in that first fight.
Gavril
did not look as good.
Again, if you no, come on, you got to be for 1 second. Take Zerto out of your mind because I know that this is all leading to him and you thinking he's going to win. The first fight with Gavril, it was a close fight, and Benavidez did not look like the prospect everybody thought he was going to be. And to turn back around a handful of months later and look that and win that convincing.
You want to bet 224 cents right now? I'll bet you 224 cents.
I'll bet you your donation fucking money you got from your fucking car.
I'll bet you 224 cents.
224 cents.
Yes.
You're on. Make it 225 even.
225 cents. It's on.
225 cents.
225 cents. Not only that, he stops Benavidez.
Oh, added 225 cents onto that.
All right, it's on.
Okay.
He stops Benavidez. That's 500 cents.
That is 500 pennies.
500 cents. I'm telling you, you're not. You are a great boxing mind. You know boxing, and it's stupid to argue with you about. But listen to me for a minute. Try to understand. The guy has a lot of fucking experience, man, and he knows how to put punches together.
He does.
And you don't land clean on him. You land clean on Benavidez. You don't land clean on him. Look, tell me when Zerto's been hit clean. You get shoulders, you get elbows, you get everything but fucking chin.
James, I'm not sitting here like with the other fight saying that Benavidez is going to shut him out completely and this is a walk in the park.
I know that's not what you're saying.
But so I know this is going to be the biggest test maybe the biggest test. I still think Gavril is a better boxer than Ramirez.
He might be, but he's not a better fighter.
Well, I think Ramirez leaves himself open, and
let me ask you
how
this.
Sharp and listen, and Benavidez is still getting a couple months older every fight.
Well, when you fought,
mature.
When you fought, there was a lot of middleweights that were better boxers than you, but they were not better all-around fighters than you.
We don't know that.
Oh, now it changes. No, but they were better pure boxers, but they weren't better all-around fighters.
Because they didn't fight me in my amateur days and early pro days. I don't know. To be honest with you, all kidding aside, that's my opinion on it.
Yeah.
I can see your side to this. You're not fucking wrong. I mean, you're not like you don't know what you're talking about because you're saying that. You got good points that you're bringing up, and I might be biting my own fucking finger here because yes, Benavidez is young still.
Well,
I think he showed good maturity in this second fight to turn back around and make it that easy compared to the first fight. But
do you think it might be because you know the kid. You've worked with the kid.
Well, not only that.
You've whooped this kid's ass before.
But not only that. I'm saying from the first fight with Gavril, how he fought, and how he looked. I mean, you gotta be serious here. Look how he turned. Nobody really turns back around in a rematch and dominates that impressively.
Yeah,
not many have. I should say it that way. I think that he's maturing, and he just matured from this fight too.
Okay.
You know, he's learning every time he gets in. He's getting older every day. I think that he's too much for Ramirez. I think his speed and his size is too much.
Yeah.
Because Ramirez is not used to fighting somebody that size. Can I read this from Stephen Conner?
You read what you want. It's your show.
Who called me on time? Okay.
I would agree with you, Kelly, but then we'd both be wrong.
Yeah. YouTube question for Steve. What are you guys' thoughts on fighters talking shit and sparring? Recently have had some dudes talking shit and sparring for my fights coming up, and I cannot comprehend why dudes do it in sparring.
Go ahead.
I don't know. That's a hell of a question.
My thing is this. I've had that happen in my days. You know what? Don't worry about it. Don't sweat that shit. That's little shit. Everything's little. Just do your job. Just do your fucking job.
Are you paying these guys?
Yeah, if you're paying them, get them the fuck out.
Yeah.
But if they're there and they're talking shit, just do your job, Steven. And let your body at work do the talking for you.
Yeah. Lay it on them. That's it.
Yeah.
Tell your trainer. I don't know if you're separate. If they're both coming in, one does 4 rounds fresh, the next one comes in. But whichever one's really talking to shit, just tell your trainer like, I just want that motherfucker today.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just want that motherfucker today.
It's true.
That's what I used to do. Like, honestly, if one that day, because I would have 3. We had to keep 3.
Yeah.
And the third one would come in and like jump in my ass while I'm already 8 rounds into it.
Yeah.
And I loved it. Don't get me wrong. But that last 8 rounds, which was good, he kind of got the little better of me because, like I said, he's throwing like 990 fucking punches.
He's in his first round.
Yeah, fresh. So what I used to do, I let that happen like 2 times in camp.
Yeah.
And then I tell Jack, I'd be like, hey, Monday, put Teddy in first. I want Teddy first. And that shit, they quit coming in real fast.
I bet they do.
Round. They really did.
And I guarantee that shit talking stops pretty fast too.
But then again, well, they never talk. My sparring partners are fucking awesome. But
you know why?
I also still like that though.
You know
Actually, after that whooping, I told him, I was like, dude, don't change it. Like, and we went back to bringing him in the 8th round because that totally makes you better in that camp and more prepared and better shape.
I can tell you why they didn't talk shit.
No.
Would you talk shit at your job when you're making $1,200 a week?
No.
That's right. That's all fucking shit. You're making $1,200 a week. You keep your
what
fucking
I'm
mouth
telling this
shut.
kid.
You know
Like,
what I mean?
that's why I asked him, "Are you paying them? Like,
If you're paying
them, then you better have a talk with them or send their ass home."
You know, guys like Oscar, when somebody talks shit in camp, they were gone. They leave camp right then.
Yeah. No, you don't. That don't come to that part. If you guys are fucking around and get you going a little bit, and you may be benefiting from it because it gets you going, then you can tell your trainer. You only the fighter will know. Like, oh, I like that shit. That got me going. But if it's pissing you off and they're doing it ignorantly and getting to the point,
Change them out.
Then get them the fuck out because it's not good for the camp.
Their job as a sparring partner is to prepare you. They're your teammate at this point, and their job is to prepare you. It's not personal. And if they're not helping you, they're hurting you.
Yep.
If they're talking shit, they're working against you. They're working against the system.
Exactly. You get them gone.
Have you ever had to put people out of camp on your own?
No. Well, because they weren't
up to par.
But not because of shit talking or.
And
we've had a lot of guys leave. We had a kid. I'm going to use his name because I don't know if he really was or not, but Yusuf Mack.
I remember. Oh yeah.
Oh gosh, I knew I should have brought that name up. He was a sparring partner.
Did he try to touch your pee-pee?
No. He stayed in a hotel room.
You didn't hear about him, did you?
No.
He made a porno, a dude porno he did a gangbang with a bunch of dudes.
Come on, man.
For
I don't want to tell the story now.
Okay, go ahead.
We get a name drop.
No. Okay.
Now all his dirt's out.
First of all, this shit was years ago.
All right.
Because before this,
Yeah.
Backdoor Dudes Part 2. So
Dig 'em Down Production presents.
Yeah. This kid, he came and we were sparring and everything was cool before we sparred and I hit Yusuf with a left hook, man, from hell.
Yeah.
And like the whole gym stopped and people were hitting the bag and they just stopped. And he like buckled one of these over to the ropes and he came back and then he went and he walked it off till the bell rang. And he was in a corner and he started saying, man, because there was like 3 in one room. There was 4 guys at this time for training camp. So 2 was in the room. He's like, man, I gave so-and-so to bed last night. I slept on the floor. He's like, man, my neck stiff. He's like, I ain't going to be able, I can't go no more after that hook.
Now you know the real reason his neck was stiff, don't you?
The next day, no. This is the left hook. The next day, dude, this guy was gone. Like, he was supposed to be at the gym.
Yeah.
And we asked the other kid that was in camp, like, where'd he go? He's like, dude, he just got his bags this morning. He left. He didn't say anything, and he left.
You fucking stung him pretty bad. I've seen dudes leave a gym and leave their equipment behind. Never come get their equipment. And I'll tell you what, winning gear is fucking expensive. You're looking at $500 for a full face headgear, $250 for gloves, $300 for a groin protector, and you leave all that behind because you don't want to get your ass hooked.
No, you were getting your ass. Yeah,
if you leave winning gear behind.
Yeah, or you got a good manager who got it for you.
Yeah.
Iftikhar Ahmed goes, who's the most promising prospect in the States?
Fuck.
I'm going to go with 2 guys that I know right now that I've really been paying attention to, and that's Garcia and Ortiz.
Ryan.
Yeah.
Ryan Garcia and Virgil Ortiz are the 2 best.
Yeah.
I would say that.
You want to answer Damon's? What happens with Grove's injury at the 168 final? In your opinion, how long should he sit out with the dislocation?
On those kind of dislocations, that's a 1.5 to 2-year injury. And it depends on his physical therapy, how fast he heals. There's so much intangibles of that. But you won't see him the rest of the year.
Shoulder in boxing is fuck. You got a shoulder injury. You're sitting out, and you should for a good amount of time.
Anything with a shoulder, a bicep, or a chest muscle, you're fucked. Yeah. Worldwide Box said you ain't right, but no, we know why Yusuf's neck was sore. His neck was sore. He put a lot of stress on that, a lot of strain on that before you hit him.
The guy was holding.
Hey, Yusuf, why is the back of your head painted like a basketball?
He was getting face hooked.
No, did you hear about that?
Fucking brutal.
They found him by the. He said that he got drugged. He said he got drugged, and he was laying by the subway with $4,000 in his front pocket. And come to find out, he was hard up for money, and he actually went and made this porn. And he used that excuse that he was raped, but anybody who rapes you,
I totally fucking forgot.
$4,000 in his fucking pocket.
You know the question I was answering, and I totally fucking forgot about that whole scenario. Yeah, and I would have never brought this up.
I didn't forget, but hey,
a good 2 questions right here.
I see them too. Go ahead.
Prediction on who Thurman fights in May.
Somebody easy.
Who were they saying? They threw a name out there. He threw a name out there. What is it?
Yeah, somebody that you got.
It's David Benavidez' ass.
Yeah. Whatever. Anyway. I want to talk about Dick's getting your little pink thing coming out because fucking Ramirez, man, you're all up on that kid.
Hey, the kid's badass. Hey, just know that 500 cents is gonna be mine.
All right, man.
I'm buying 2 cups of coffee.
All right.
One for me and one for me.
Or 1 Starbucks coffee.
Okay.
Half a Starbucks.
Half a Starbucks.
If Kafar got another one. Can Jamar Charlo beat either Golovkin or Canelo?
Absolutely not.
I don't think that he can beat Jacobs either.
I think Jacobs puts a bigger ass whooping on that kid.
Yeah, I think he should have stayed at. I think he should have stayed at junior middleweight, or if not, just jumped straight to super middleweight.
You know, the Jamal Charlo and Jamel, they're both talented guys. But how do we know how really talented they are? He landed a good shot against Lubin, knocked Lubin out. But what if? I don't know. I'm just not on board yet with the whole Charlo thing.
No, I don't.
He hasn't fought anybody yet.
I still don't think the brother that's still at junior middleweight, Jamel. I don't think that he's the best at that weight right now either.
No, I don't see it. I think Lara beats the shit out of him.
I do too. I think that if Spence goes up, he beats him.
Oh, Spence! They don't even want that shit. Well, they're teammates. They're teammates. They ain't gonna fight. Yeah. You know, and even said.
Well, yeah, they are. They're like Kumbas. They're best friends.
Yeah, they're teammates. They ain't gonna happen. But you know.
Daniel, why you just come on saying no?
That's Daniel. Daniel already knows that they're not going to beat Golovkin and Canelo. I'll tell you what, Canelo would put a bigger ass whooping on Charlo than Golovkin would. Canelo. I think we're seeing Golovkin right now at 37. I think he's getting to that point where he's.
I agree.
You know,
I definitely agree with that. Hey, listen again on that.
Miss you too, bro.
Everybody fucking ages differently.
They do, and
you can't.
And I really believe Canelo beats Triple G the second time around.
Yeah.
I think he's gonna learn. Damon says, on a serious note, what are the odds of Benavidez being Zerto being made at 168 or 75? I think the odds are good. They don't have much of a choice.
Yeah, I mean, either. I don't know. I don't know why they would jump to 75 for it though.
I don't think Zerto can keep making that kind of weight much longer. Maybe though. I don't know. Hey, Scott has a good question. He's a young fan. He's learning. You know, he's just getting into boxing. He shouldn't be. I fucking been working with him for years when we were in the army together. But do young fighters get to pick their opponents, or do managers dictate who they fight? It's a little bit of everybody.
Yeah.
It's a manager and his matchmaker and his promoter. They give you a list of guys.
If you're with a big promotional company, usually the fighter ain't got to fucking say though.
No,
I mean, because what they're going to do is substitute one out and bring another one in because they know where they want you to go.
And they're matching you. They're matching you carefully. They're putting you with a guy that you can beat.
Yeah. So at that point, but if you're just a guy looking to get a fight, you have a say in it. Yeah, definitely. Because especially if they need to fill bodies on the fucking belt sheet, they'll throw you in there.
Yeah,
that's who you want.
And most fighters, that's other than sparring, that's their only income. You know, you're saying, hey, we're going to give you $2,000-$3,000 or whatever, $800. They're going to fight.
Joey Cuevas, would you be interested in a Victor Ortiz versus Brandon Rios fight?
Oh yeah.
Now that I would. Yes.
Oh yeah, both guys at the tail end of their career and have a real hatred for each other. Fuck yeah, that's a fighter's dream.
Kafar is on.
He's on fire, David. You better get your shit together, bro.
It's Qatar got some good questions. Too.
Lomachenko versus Beltran is apparently be made. What do you think? I love Beltran. I love him. He's a buddy of mine and stuff like that. But Lomachenko's a different animal, man.
I like Beltran a lot, and his last fight. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm glad he got the decision. That's horrible to say because I thought he truly lost that fight. I do, and he got a gift. But
we ain't never get him on the show now.
Now against I think he's great. I'm a huge fan of him, and I just said I'm happy as shit that he won. It was one of them only times very rare I get to see a decision.
Yeah,
and I'm like, you know, like I was excited. Lomachenko,
dude, Lomachenko is just a different level of fighter. He's a once in a lifetime type of fighter. You'll see.
Man, that's going to be another fight stopped.
I don't think Beltran can beat Mikey. I don't think.
No.
You know what I mean? I think maybe.
And the way he cuts now, you know, his last couple of fights. Yeah. You're just what you're going to do is pay, or no, you won't pay because I don't think it'll be pay per view. But you're going to watch and get excited to watch Lomachenko do 5 to 6 rounds of work.
Bro, have you noticed pay per view's dying? Pay-per-view is a dying thing now. You don't see pay-per-view fights in boxing anymore.
That's hard to say, though, coming off of the Triple G, Canelo, and Mayweather.
What's been since then? Nothing.
Yeah, well, yeah.
There is no... Pay-per-view is a dying thing.
It's kind of good, though.
It is. It's more accessible to new people watching the fight and fans that they don't have to pay $60 to watch a fight. Thurman versus Porter. What happens in the rematch? I think Porter breaks him down, man. I think Porter wears him down in this fight. Of course, as personally, I'd like to see Loma dominate division. I think Birdshot fight is great and one I'd like to see the most. I can see that. I agree. Julian says, is that the right Charlo? Jamal is the middleweight, correct? And Jamel's the 154.
Who knows? It's 1-1.
Either way, the 160, Jamal at 160 does not beat Canelo or Triple G. Jamel at 54 does not beat Lara. That's just how I feel. I don't know. I might be wrong. Fuck, you could fit in the Grand Canyon the shit I don't know. So I don't know. Wilder versus Ortiz. I got Wilder. What do you? Wilder versus Ortiz?
I think Wilder wins that.
I think Wilder. Ortiz is 50 fucking years old. If he says he's 41, that motherfucker's 48.
He's killing, yeah. Listen, unfortunately right now, I don't see... here we go with this. I think we already had this disagreement too. I don't see anybody in the heavyweight division beating Wilder.
Joshua. I think Joshua beats him.
I don't know if me and James are ever going to agree on anything again.
No. I don't know. We might. But hey, Donnie Phillips, I'm finally here. Hey, Donnie, I came by yesterday. I was going to bring my car for you to shut a check service light.
Yeah, Donnie, listen, we got to go tomorrow. Donnie's got a nice little thing for my kids for baseball, the place to go to.
Yeah.
And other than that, Donnie don't talk to nobody no more.
No, he don't.
He's like, fuck y'all. Y'all leave the studio.
Delilah, I don't know. I like Wilder versus Ortiz. I just don't like him against Joshua. Canelo versus Triple G. Wilder versus Joshua on 2 fights will be pay-per-view. And I agree. I see that.
Yeah, definitely.
I agree.
I mean, after the first Canelo and Triple G, why would you not put it on pay-per-view if you're a promoter?
Wilder beats Ortiz, Damon. Ortiz fucking suffers from high blood pressure and gout. Come on, dude. that motherfucker's a grandpa, man.
You know, I should talk to Ortiz about getting the silver sneakers for my gym.
Frank Sanford asked Pavlik versus Triple G. We've been over that. But yeah, go ahead and answer that, Kelly.
Oh, some of these are new guys. Frank,
so, yeah.
Again, I think my power, punch output, chin. I don't see what Triple G would have been able to do to me. But, you know, it would be a great fight, no matter who wins. I'm not one of them guys either. I mean, I'm dead serious. Who knows how that fight will go? I think the fans would have loved it. I would have loved it. I didn't duck nobody. I fought everybody. I even jumped 2 weight classes to fight a legend.
You ducked Paul Williams.
Yeah, right.
That's what everybody says, right?
Yeah, right.
You ducked a welterweight to fight him.
Heavyweight. Yeah, an all-time living legend.
You ducked a welterweight
10 years ago too. Not Roy Hopkins I fought now, but the one 10 years ago, a decade ago.
You know what you should do? You should literally walk up to Paul Williams' wheelchair and punch him right out that motherfucker.
Oh.
So, who's ducking who now? Bitch. What do you think? No?
That was...
What?
That was cool.
I'm not... What do you mean? I keep it real, homie.
I mean, I say I got hands for everybody, but that's just
Hey,
that's a little hard.
anybody can get it. Motivate, speak this motherfucker. No, but Mike,
All right. We're gonna shut this one down.
Mike Rotherfield said, Kelly, there are specific exercise a fighter can do to develop mental strength, focus, confidence, ability to bounce back from adversity, ability to get into the zone, and how much time and resources.
Fish oil.
Is there mental? You guys do?
It's fish oil. Who's 856-265? New Jersey.
Mike, there's a bunch of different things you can
New Jersey?
do. I don't know.
Is that who we're supposed to have a guest today?
Oh, Thomas LaManna. It said, did James not say that? Yeah, I said, punch that motherfucker right in the face.
Yes, hold on one second. Is this Thomas?
Yes.
Hey, Thomas, how you doing?
Hold on.
I'm doing great. How about yourself?
We're doing good. You're here. You're on the punchline with Kelly Pavlik and James Dominguez.
All right. How are you guys? Good?
Good.
Doing good. We're in the middle of a heated discussion. Me and James have been arguing back and forth on. We're not agreeing today.
No, we're saying Zerto beats Benavidez. I'm saying Zerto beats Benavidez.
Yeah, I think Benavidez wins that fight, but
Joshua beats Wilder, but he's disagreeing with everything.
Yeah, I don't know about, man. Honestly, I don't think Ortiz is beating Wilder. And I mean, honestly, man, shoot, man, Benavidez, he's like a whole other level, man. I don't know about that one either.
So, how you doing? How you doing, Thomas?
I'm doing great, guys, man. I'm doing great. Just fight week. I'm just relaxing, chilling, man, and just getting ready for Saturday.
Well, before we get started, I want to tell you what an honor it is having you on the show, and I know you're a busy man, and me and Kelly both wanted it. We've been fighting to get you on here, and we're happy we were able to finally.
Yeah, it's good to have you on.
Oh well, Kelly, I really appreciate it. Obviously, Kelly, I'm a big fan. I mean, you've done a lot of great things in boxing. When you were, boxing, I'm from the, obviously, Atlantic City area, so I know you got a lot of your big fights here. I was at a lot of them. And, great to be on here as well. Thank you.
Oh, man, we appreciate it. So, how you feeling? You excited? You ready?
I feel good. Yeah, man. Look, camp's over. It's weight cutting time. Maintaining, just relaxing, keeping sharp, keeping employees, sticking to a game plan, going over a game plan, and that's really it. But like as you know, man, there's two fights in boxing. You got the scale and the fight.
Oh man, we just said that last week.
Yeah. I mean, so but look, weight's not an issue for me. I'm a big 147, but I got the system down pat, how to make it comfortably. And still feel strong, and this way on fight night, I'm at my best. Not weak. Got my legs underneath me and fully rehydrated and all that. So.
Yeah, that's funny you said that because actually, I've been screwing around with the powerlifting and everything, and I'm going down to the lower weight and everything and trying to make it. And I always get these people that come to me and talk to me about how to lose weight. And I start laughing. I'm like,
don't eat so much. I'm
230 and I got to get down to 220. I don't find that a problem right now. I believe when I had to fight 36 minutes, in a high level sport, and I had to get down to 160 at 6'2". I told him, I think I got this covered pretty well. This ain't my first rodeo, and I told him, I was like, man, you guys don't understand. The biggest fight for me, especially towards the end at middleweight, was getting down to 160 was Friday. The fight Friday was the biggest one.
Yeah. So Thomas, I've got a question for you. How did you get the nickname Cornflake?
So my man Brian Green is my best friend, like my brother.
Yeah.
Since I first started boxing, when I was 11, I used to, we trained at a local Boys and Girls Club in Vineland, New Jersey. And we were watching Fresh Prince of Bel-Air on TV. And they had this dude on there, the character, Cornflake. He was like a school teacher or something. And, man, I guess he resembled me for whatever reason. And since Brian said, man, you look like Cornflake right there on the screen, man, it's stuck ever since, man. It just stuck.
That's a pretty awesome name, to be honest with you, though. It's fucking awesome.
It's better than Snowflake.
No, I'd rather say cornflake than snowflake, you know what I mean?
Right.
But out of all the names,
Yep.
cornflake. It's definitely unique. A lot of people know me as that more than my own name. You know what I mean? So I try to keep it a little classy and professional. Everybody, when they introduce me to somebody and they say, this is Cornflake, I say, hi, my name is Thomas. You know, like, I try to keep it a little classy because everybody really knows me as Cornflake.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, so.
I like it, and it's better than Kelly's nickname. His was Pee-Pee Liker.
It was what?
His was Pee-Pee Lover. Kelly's.
Only on the weekends.
Only on the weekends. Oh, yeah, I gotta say, man, shit, that's the ghost there. Come on now.
Yep.
So, hey Thomas, what was your why the jump into promoting? What was it that got you into the whole promoting thing?
Yeah, so Rising Star got started. Really, to be honest, boxing in New Jersey was like dead, man. There was no boxing going on. It was, you know, the main person that was very frequently active in New Jersey. Like when I was coming up, like when I was like 6 and 8 round fighter, 4 round fighter, was Russell Phelps, and you know, main event. But primarily Russell Phelps had his thing going on at Bally's, and you know, look, I mean, like Kelly, look, I'm not bringing in people, so I'm not filling in Bobo Call yet, but I'm selling out, you know, Bally's, Claridge. You know, I'm bringing in like a lot of people and stuff. So, it was easy for people to put me on cards and stuff. Then it was like, you know, it just stopped. You know what I mean? I actually fought on Russell's last card that he did at Bally's when I fought Jamal Davis. I think, you know, look, at the end of the day, you know, Atlantic City just took like a big flop. They weren't doing too much boxing. Or, you know, money wasn't there. The casinos weren't paying. Russell got out of it. I then took my first loss. Well, I don't call it a loss, I call it a lesson. I took my first lesson against Antoine Douglas on Showbox. And then, you know, I couldn't really get no fights. Like that was it. Like I was training after the lesson. And then DeBella came in and did a Showbox card at Bally's, believe it or not, that they put me on because they knew I could, you know, obviously bring like a lot of people, sell tickets, whatnot. And then after that, I was like gung-ho to saying, I told myself, look, I got a couple of dollars to fight, but the Antoine fight. I am a popular guy where I sell, you know, look, I sell minimum $10,000 in tickets, anywhere up to 13. So it's like, and I understand, like, that might sound like a lot, but, you know, when you're an 8-10 round fighter now, it's not really, because you got to cover everything, the opponent, all that stuff. But I'm still good to cover my end, and, you know, I know just about everybody locally. And also, too, I've also been in the boxing game since I'm born. You know, my father being a manager, a long-time manager at Ray Mercer. Yeah. Me and Ray Mercer actually, you know, Ray Mercer actually lived in our home when I was a baby, you know what I mean? So it's like I grew up with Ray Mercer. You know what I mean? The guys like Shannon Briggs, Al Cole, Charles Murray, all them guys are like, you know, big brothers to me, uncles to me, you know, because I've been around all them. So, so really, to sum it all up, to get my own fights because nobody was doing nothing. I can't really move that much in Philadelphia and any of the surrounding states. Atlantic City, New Jersey is my home. You know what I mean? In North Jersey, where I'm originally from, I do more people because that's where all my family's from and stuff, you know? Yeah. So obviously, you know, I'm in South Jersey, so Atlantic City's the hotbed. So, you know, I got in with the Claridge through a gentleman, Ray McCline, with the Atlantic City Boxing Hall of Fame. He set it up, and we started Rising Star, and we did our first 10 shows at the Claridge. And, you know, at this, you know, Claridge was nothing but great to me and as a fighter and as a promoter. But, you know, it's a 600-seat venue. You know, like, and look, I'm not tooting my own horn, but, like, I could sell that out on my own. You know what I mean? We had 10 great, exciting cards. And, like, we kept Atlantic City boxing or just boxing in New Jersey alive, period. You know what I mean? And we revamped the whole Atlantic City boxing scene. And it was mainly priority just to get me fights, just to keep me active until, you know, big opportunities came, like the Dusty Harrison fight. The opportunity presented itself. You know, look, me and Dusty are boys. Like, we were boys since the amateurs. But, you know, look, it was for a USBA title. It was TV. It was a good fight for me. Unfortunately, I came up a little short. I think I might have got the short end of a very bad stick per se. I think I could have edged out a draw at least for that fight, but that's whatever. But then look, man, I bounced back after that. Me having this Rising Star thing, I bounced back with 4 good wins, solid wins against just regular, durable, solid guys. I got myself a WBC regional title. You know what I mean? So it's like, really like just to keep me active and going. I can do this by myself. You know what I mean? I did it for myself. You know what I mean? Coming up, I had a promoter, Mr. Vinny Ponte, who's like an angel to me. He's definitely a backbone in my career. He always has and always will be part of my career. You know what I mean? But now, I'm kind of reverting to full-time fighter because like I kind of built like a Rising Star team. I have a team now. When first for all these shows, man, you had me doing, it was crazy, guys. You ready? I was doing the matchmaking. I was doing the logistics. I was doing the promotion. I was doing the event coordinating. Well, a couple times I had to fix the friggin' ring because it was broke at the Claridge. And this is like the day of a fight or the day before a fight. You know what I mean? One time I picked up an opponent, not my opponent, but I picked up a group of opponents for a fight on the undercard from the airport 3 days before a fight. You know what I mean? Like, man, I went through some shit, man. I earned my stripes in this promoting thing. But now, put all that to the side.
Yeah, I was going to say, when you're promoting, I'm sorry to interrupt, but when you're promoting like that, though, how does that balance, the training, though? I mean, do you have it broken down to where you fully can dedicate the time to training, or do you get enough training in and it don't bother you to sit there and figure out the promoting part?
You know what, Ken, I'm going to be honest, like, I'm a straight shooter. I like to keep myself active and busy. Yeah. I'm not fighting King Kong Bundy every single time. So, I fight guys who are durable, who are going to be there and make me work. But, in my fights, I like to consider, they were like, I had the 70-30 advantage over the guys. You know what I mean? But, like, you still got to work. They're safe fights. You know what I mean?
And the thing with that is, too, I mean, it's all, when people say, like, oh, man, the training camp, you got to do this, you got to do that. Listen, every fighter is different. You know what I mean? Like, right. Some guys, that actually keeps them more occupied, which could be a good thing to be like that. Everybody's different. Some guys, they may have to just have sole focus on the camp. Me, I watch film, but I never watched way too much film. I never got caught up into it. First of all, I have beliefs that, well, I'm not the opponent that he's fighting. You know what I mean? So everything I'm watching, I'm not going to get caught up too much. But and I like to have my break time at night, man. Like, there'll be 2 days throughout the week, sometimes 3, that I said, I'm going to the boxing gym, I'm running, I'm doing all my stuff, but in between and at night, I'm putting on a fucking Family Guy for, 2 hours, or I'm putting on a Will Ferrell movie and screw boxing. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
But on the other hand,
right.
If you're able to do that too, there's nothing wrong with that because you're not really taking away from your, training. You're usually
right. Here's I'll be honest, it sucked. Every ounce of it sucked. Yeah. So I wasn't, I did not enjoy one bit of, look, as much as I appreciate and like have the utmost respect and love the New Jersey State Athletic Commission, Commissioner Larry Hazard and Deputy Commissioner Rhonda, I love them because like they've been great to Rising Star Promotions. They've enhanced boxing in the state of New Jersey, but like they just make that they're a commission that makes you want to do shows. Look, I'm not knocking the New York Commission, but like look, I understand you got to keep the fighters safe and protecting all that stuff, but like this whole insurance thing like killed boxing in New York. You know what I mean? So it's like people like don't even want to go there. New Jersey makes you want to do shows there. You know what I mean? That's what I appreciate. That's what I appreciate and love about them. But I am fighter first. So it's like when you do have to deal with the logistics and the paperwork and the medicals, you know what I mean, interfering. Like, look, you can ask people who've been around me in the gym. I'm shadow boxing with a phone in my ear. going over medicals and licenses and stuff with the commissioner. It was like, I hated it. Not that I hated talking to them, I just hated it, period, because I'm a fighter first. And you know what? I mean, look, like you said, every fighter is different. You know, I'm a type where I like to go to the gym, train, come home, relax, and then go for a run. You know what I mean? How I relax, you know, sleep, watch some TV, whatever the case is. You know what I mean? I didn't want to go right back to the computer and have to worry about stuff like that. You know what I mean? As far as tape, watching tape on opponents, yeah, everybody, I think it's a bullshit life if people say they don't watch tape, you know what I mean? But at the end of the day, Kelly, you know, man, boxing's all about making adjustments. 9 out of 10 times, you're not going to get the same guy that you see on tape. Because it's a different fighter that you're watching, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
So,
you know, watching film on Jermaine Taylor fighting Kasim Uma
was not the same.
Was kind of like wiping your ass before you shit. It made no sense.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Kelly. Yeah, I mean, come on. I mean, at the end of the day, it's kind of like, okay, so boom, not a lot of your opponents fought a guy 6'2" before, right?
Yeah.
My opponent Saturday never, ever fought a guy nowhere near my size or my height. So I already know that. So, I mean, yeah, I take a glimpse of the guy I'm fighting, but it's like, you know, he's fighting a guy who's his height at a lower weight class the way he should do that. How, you know, how is he going to fight a 6'1" guy who's long and rangy and, you know what I mean? Like, my presence will be a key in the fight. We don't know. That's what an adjustment's about. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So, but all in all, with all this promoting thing, look, I love it. You know, Rise of Star definitely took off more than what I thought it was going to be. It's like now like a business, per se. You know, we plan on doing shows throughout the state of New Jersey. And look, I assembled a team. I brought in Russell Pelt as the matchmaker. I hired an event coordinator and marketing strategist, Michelle Rosado. I have my liaison, Cesar Gonzalez, who handles all the medicals and licensing and paperwork. And I have my mother, who's like my number one supporter, my best friend. You know what I mean? The real backbone of Rising Star Promotions. She takes up a lot. You know what I mean? She's like the HBIC. You know what I mean? She gets shit done. You know what I mean? So, like, we have a great team. My father, you know what I mean, with his knowledge. You know what I mean? I got Mark Abrams, who's the publicist. We have a team. I have a team now where I don't got to worry about shit no more. The only thing I've been focusing on is Gabriel Bracero, man. And I'm excited to see how that will enhance my performance Saturday. I really am. Because I don't have a worry in the world no more.
You got some fans that have questions for you. If you don't mind answering them, Thomas.
Oh yeah, no, I didn't know I had fans.
You do. You have a shit ton of them over here.
I know I got supporters. I don't know. I didn't know I had fans though.
Nah, they're the same.
Atlantic City likes Youngstown guys, and Youngstown guys like Atlantic City too.
Yeah, they're one and the same.
Mm-hmm.
Damon Martinez wants to know who would you like to fight in the next 3 years?
You know what, man? Obviously, I guess the typical answer for that is, you know, I got Saturday to worry about. I just focus on the Super 7. That's all there's a crossroads fight. Look, at the end of the day, I'm a welterweight, and the ultimate prize is Jeff Horn, Keith Thurman, or Earl Spence.
No.
You know what I mean? So any one of those three, look, they're world champions, period. Point blank. You know what I mean? I kind of want to say, you know, / Terrence Crawford after the Horn fight. You know what I mean? But that's, you know, hearsay. You know what I mean? You can go with that. But, you know, they're the champions, and they're in my weight class. But I got to beat Gabriel Bracero to, you know what I mean, take the next step toward them type of fights.
Yeah. Michael Cameron wants to know, he said, what is the one fight you really want? Put aside the money. But what fight would they win do you think you can make your career take off?
I want to fight Michael Cameron for that fight.
Yeah, good. That's a good. He might be out of your weight class.
Yeah, I'll blow up the fight for that.
Everybody wants to fight Michael Cameron.
Everybody does.
Yeah. Shit.
I was thinking about going out of retirement.
Like, yeah. It's like, you know what? I haven't thought past Gabe Bracero, man. You know what I mean? It's like, I don't know who's out there. You know what I mean? Like, really, you know, I've been gunning for guys, you know what I mean, certain guys for a minute, you know what I mean? But again, I'll just be like a shit slacker, regular guy, who has no say in anything about big fights. If I don't get past Bracero, so I got to stick to my humbleness and focus on Bracero. That's just the way I do things.
No. Well, hey, Thomas, it was awesome having you on, man. And we got to move to the guy calling in. Dude, honestly, we'd love to get you back on more. Best of luck, Saturday.
We'll be rooting for you.
Whoop ass and do your thing. Again, we're going to be in touch with you. We'll have Amy set it up, or if I got your number now, I can even store it if you don't mind. And
absolutely,
shoot you text and everything. And for sure, man, love to get you back on, especially when you got something coming up, promotional or fight. Let us know, and we would love to push it.
We're going to be in New York.
We're going to be in New York too.
April 23rd.
So, April 23rd for which fight? Which show is that?
No, we're going to be on the TV show Chopped with
Oh shit! Nice.
Yeah.
So maybe.
Oh, nice.
Meet up out there.
We got to see what's going on. Either or, we're going to be on their show, or they're going to be on ours. But it's definitely going to be April 23rd. We already talked with what's his name, Santos.
Chris Santos.
Yeah, Chris Santos' people, and we're going to be on that. So, but yeah, man, we'd love to have you back on.
I think we're going to be on bullshit. We're going to do our show, and they're going to do their show, right?
Yeah.
They're going to do their show. We're going to do ours. We're going to trade shows.
Oh, that's awesome, guys. Well, look, I appreciate you guys having me on as well. Kelly, like I said, man, big fan. Always have, always will. And I appreciate the love and support, the time to promote myself and my fight and stuff. And, hopefully after Saturday, all good happens. And I'll definitely be back regardless. I appreciate you guys.
Oh, well, dude, I appreciate it too, man. And, yeah, we'll be back in touch with you for sure.
Thank you.
Sounds great, Kelly. Thank you.
All right, my man.
All right, guys.
Bye. And very nice to talk with him, Thomas. And we do want to wish him the best of luck. You're a busy guy, man. Busy guy.
Santos on the punchline. Yep. I mean, he looks like he has his shit together. I mean, that's a big thing,
Busy.
And being busy is good. Were you busy like that?
Absolutely not.
No. When did you start looking into other careers and things like that? At what point?
I was after the world title. Actually, after the Miranda fight, it was busy.
You were a restaurant too.
Well, restaurant, but then you got into charity events. Which I still done a lot, even after I retired. A lot of charity events. Wasn't publicized because I don't want anything there, media.
Yeah.
But yeah, endorsements. The endorsements was really big, especially with Affliction. You're asked to travel like 5 times a year for days at a time, and then events at home. So it was interviews constantly, no matter where you're at. These guys, and we noticed with Mikey Garcia that happened a lot. He has to make travels, and before a fight's even made, before training camp, you're doing for the fight that's coming up ahead. You're going to New York, Philadelphia. You're doing like a little tour. It's busy, man. That's
How did you manage that time with your family and everything?
It was hard.
Did you take your family with you?
A couple times, like close in New York, yeah. They came with me, but again, the kids, they were young, and then when they got older, they got into school. You can't take them out of school for it, and so it's hard, man. It does when you come a world champ and are up there.
Well, I wouldn't know, Kelly. I wouldn't know what it was like to be a world champ.
It's tough. It's demanding.
I believe it.
It truly is.
And people ask me, they say, James, if you would have had a pro career, would you have been champ? I said, absolutely not. I would not have been a world champion.
Why you say that?
I just knew I was never at that level. You know what I mean? I was a good solid B level fighter. You know what I mean? I was never. I knew my limitations as I would like to have thought so.
You don't know.
Well, you don't know. I could have been the Buck Smith of fucking pro boxing. You know what I mean?
Sure.
And then I could have been fucking
Roy Jones.
I don't know, man. But yeah, you never know. But
you don't.
When did you first think that I'll be a world champion? When did you first feel that?
I ain't gonna lie to you. I knew I was coming out of the Olympics after the Olympic trials.
Yeah.
After what I did in that short period of time, and like I said, I wasn't even in the open division in a year. I 16. You have to be 16 or more than 10 amateur fights. You go into the open division out of the JOs. And I signed my contract at 17 years old to turn pro.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I only fought in one full go of open division tournaments. I never got a chance to fight in the Golden Gloves 2 times.
No.
U.S. Championships only fought in 1 time. PAL tournament once. Under 19s.
Yeah, I was there at the under 19s.
Yeah, and that was then the Olympic trials. That was my open division career, and to be able to do what I did.
Yeah, and I mean,
so I knew I had a shot because that was a talented weight class too. I was in.
You know, I did well in the amateurs. I won a lot of tournaments, won some national tournaments, things like that. But I always knew that there was just a whole nother spectrum, another world. You know what I mean? The pro level is just another world. So I wasn't really I was always curious how it would have done.
Styles, yeah, because my style was more gun for the pros.
Yeah,
too.
you were.
I boxed a lot more in the amateurs, obviously, and even early in my pro career.
Yeah.
But I still wasn't the amateur
style. You didn't have that.
But I was still able to win.
You weren't worried about throwing 300 punches with the white part of your glove. You wanted to knock somebody out.
But I was still able to win national tournaments in a short period.
Oh, yeah.
I like to think that I'm the champion of coming up with last-minute photo one.
I think you are. I think you're a fucking...
what did you do?
You didn't even appreciate my corner.
I do. You're a pound-for-pound great. Jake says, I think if you came back, you could pick up a belt 68. I don't think Kelly could make 68, to be honest with you.
Dude, you'd have to cut off both of my legs.
Yeah, I don't think Kelly... Maybe at cruiserweight. I think you could do cruiserweight, Kelly. You can make 200. No. You can make 199.
Cruiserweight's 190.
No, 99.
Huh?
Did you see my cornflake on top?
No.
You missed it.
It's not 90 anymore. It's 99. Look it up.
Is it 199?
99, yeah. Kelly, did you go to any fights where you were looking past the fight and ready for the next fight? Scott wants to know. No, he said absolutely not. Hall of Fame, Daniel said. Errol Spence walks out 205 and he fights at 47. Yeah, Jake, but he's a different type of 205. You know what I mean? He's...
Wait, who is?
Jake Foss said Errol Spence walks around at 205 and fights at 47. Yeah, but
listen.
He's young, too. He's 27 years old.
I'm going to be 36 in a month and a half. I had 42 fucking pro fights. My fat ass is not getting down to 190, 200, nothing. I'm done.
He's going to fight Joshua Wilder.
I don't need the money. I got plenty of nice belts in my trophy case. I am content on what I'm doing. Thank you, though, guys. I appreciate you wanting to see me fight.
Would you fight? Would you come out of retirement if the money was right to fight like a
$10 million to fight Wilder?
A cruiserweight? No, fight a cruiserweight. Fight Usyk.
Yeah, give me 5.
You do it for $5 million?
No, maybe a little more.
8. 8.5.
Between 8 and 10.
Can I work the corner too?
You sure can.
Me and Robert, right? You bring Robert back as primary, right?
Yes.
And can I just be the bucket gimp?
You're not getting paid though.
Motherfucker! You always pay the fucking...
Dude, you get a free room.
Oh, I don't care about that shit.
You get free food. You get a fucking...
I don't care about that shit.
At a Usyk public fight.
I don't care about that shit. I've been to plenty of those fights.
Robert would have to pay you. You're working for him.
Robert ain't paying me. I know Robert. Robert ain't paying shit. You owe me. I'll tell you, you owe me 500 cents if I'm going to be working with you.
Trainers pay cornermen.
This is a different situation. You owe me 500 cents, Kelly.
No, I don't.
500 cents.
Because I'm gonna add that to the fucking list when you lose the 500 cents.
Kelly, did you ever win the...
I'm sure that 500 cents is going to go up closer to fight time.
Kelly, did you ever win the Ohio State Fair?
No, I did not. I only fought in that one time. I lost to Tiger Allen.
I won the Ohio State Fair. I'm not bragging, but I did. I won the Ohio State Fair. I did. Yes. There was some good motherfuckers that year.
That was the last tournament that I fought in. This is a great thing for young kids. Between the ages of like 14 and 16. Yeah. I was killing myself to make 125.
Yeah.
And imagine, I'm 6'2" now, so I was tall. I was tall as shit. And I killing myself to make that weight. And I fought in that tournament. And after that tournament, we just came to an agreement like, listen, we're just going to let the body go. Like, I was just turned 15. We're going to let him go, see where he goes. I didn't try, I was still active in other sports. I was playing baseball and everything else. So we didn't try to put weight on. It wasn't like that. It was just I wasn't trying to make 125.
Yeah.
I jumped up. My very next tournament, man, was 147.
Fuck. You missed 32 and 39.
32 and 39. Went straight to 47.
You know what, though?
Yeah. And I won the Junior Golden Gloves. I won the Junior National Pal where I fought Tiger Allen's cousin, Sharp, Michael Dorgan. And then I went to...
Tiger was a monster, bro. Tiger was... And so was Rock. His brother Rock was...
Yeah.
You didn't know who you were fighting, though. You could have been fighting Rock. You don't fucking know.
Yeah.
But they were twins.
But my cousin Mike Dorgan had the same uniform as him. They all used to have like the bear tiger print.
Yep.
Dude.
That Cincinnati thing.
Yeah, the yellow Philadelphia.
Bro, I'm not saying it just because we fought in that time period, but the 90s in our time period and the early 2000s was the best amateur boxing time period ever. Bro,
yeah, it was. Yeah,
people say, oh, the 80s and 70s, bull fucking shit. The Ohio State Fair, we had Tony Hanshaw, Fred Neal, Jermaine Fields,
going to the Rondell Masons.
Rondell Mason. What's the brothers' names? The tall motherfuckers?
Pollock.
Pollock's. Arthur and David, right?
Yeah.
Arthur David Pollock. You had Floyd. You had Fernando. Dude, it went crazy. It was
Craig.
Ricardo Williams.
Every
weight class was a beast in there. Every class.
Clarence Vincent.
Pedro Pena.
Rocky Juarez.
Pedro Pena. Fucking Nonito Donaire.
Yep.
Bro, you could not fucking get away with...
Did you say Brian Valoria?
Brian, you didn't say Brian, the Hawaiian Punch. You didn't say Brian Valoria anyway. But you would see fucking guys that would draw these names, draw a name like fucking, Rocky Juarez, and they would jump weight classes so they didn't have to fight him.
Yep.
They would literally jump a weight class or go below us so you could avoid them altogether.
I mean, shit, dude. Even your so-so guys in the amateurs at that time were fucking...
Bro, your B-level guys. Itiba Nelson, who was a fucking monster. Those guys were just fucking... what was the other...
So, I know, Roberto Benitez was, him and Lou Evano...
He was at Marquette. Roberto came out of Marquette.
Yeah, but he was always... him and Lou Evano were always fighting for each other. You know what I mean?
Yeah. LaManna was good.
Then I think right in that same weight class you had Rocky Juarez.
Yep.
Who came up. And one actually he represented...
Yeah, Donaire in the same weight class.
Yeah. Rocky Juarez went on to... I'm friends with my face. I got to ask him. Well, no, I thought he went on to represent the United States.
He did.
Too. Yeah.
Rocky did. Yeah, out of Houston.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did out of 2000.
Fucking Rocky Juarez sends me some funny shit on my inbox on Facebook Messenger.
Does he send good memes?
He sends Kendall Gold stuff.
Oh, dude, Kendall's a nasty motherfucker. Kendall was a good amateur.
Yes, he was.
Kendall was a great fucking amateur. Kendall Gould. Yeah, you're right. Jillian, Ohio was a big deal. Fucking Vince Phillips' kid, man.
Who else? I'm trying to think, man. There's just so many names, man.
Dude, there was...
Do we say Hanshaw?
Hanshaw was a fucking monster. I think Saku Powell was good. LaChauncey Shepard.
Yeah, Terrence Shepard.
Yeah.
His brother.
Yep.
Or was it Terrence?
It was
Terrence.
It was Terrence. Terrence and LaShawn.
Jason Eagle Watson.
Yep. Pedro Pena, I said. Anthony,
you know who was surprisingly good?
Anthony Martinez.
Evo Elder.
Evo Elder was really good, isn't he?
Marshall Martinez was fucking good.
Isn't Evo isn't he from Iowa? He's like a preacher in Iowa, right? Evo was good.
His dad is or something.
Augie Sanchez.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Man, we can rattle names.
Dude, we can rattle these names, but I'm telling you, the 90s time period were the best fighters in amateur boxing. For you, if you were a C-level fighter, you were considered elite. If you were a C-level amateur.
Who was another one, man? James Helms from Cincinnati.
Yeah. My Army team captain, James Webb.
Mm-hmm. Oh, my God,
James Webb.
DeVarl Williamson.
DeVarl Williamson. Lance Whitaker.
Yep.
Those fucking... Dude, Antonio Tarver.
Yeah,
we're fucking going... Hey.
I think we're just trying to... We're bypassing the
Miguel Cotto. Miguel was... Oh, David Diaz. David Diaz was hurting motherfuckers on the way.
David Diaz was right before my time, though.
Right.
Larry Mosley and and
Dante Craig were on a mission for that Olympics. They both were killing each other for that Olympic spot.
Yep.
But yeah, I mean, I know we're off track, guys, but we're talking about this whole amateur thing. We got...
Yeah, we'll keep working them out if we find another name hits the head.
No, but I remember when David got knocked out by Fernando in the amateurs.
David Diaz?
Yeah, David Diaz was knocked out by Fernando.
Well, I remember when a kid from Youngstown beat David Diaz.
Yeah.
That's still the story I say. Craig kicked her.
Yeah. And I remember Craig, too. I remember hearing about Craig.
Yeah, Craig.
He never really made the rankings, did he?
He never went to because he never really fought in the tournament.
No, he never hit the rankings, but
He fought in that tournament, though, where he fought Diaz. I think it was the regionals, because Diaz was Chicago, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's Chicago.
That's our region, Region 5.
Same with Fred Neal.
Yeah.
Hey, guys, we have another guest coming, and this is a really, really awesome guest today. We have a former 2-time world champion, John Molina.
Yep.
And he's just a great guest. If you guys have questions, be sure to ask him. But we will be sure to get him on.
Who's he calling? You?
I can dial his number for you. I have his number.
Justin, take that.
You can talk.
Hello.
Hey, John, you're on the air with Kelly Pavlik and James Dominguez and the Punchline. How you doing, man?
Good. How you doing? You guys get the boxer extraordinaire today. I'm getting to watch my 2-year-old because mommy took my oldest to gymnastics.
Ah, there you go.
But it's all right. I'll be able to stay focused. Don't worry, guys.
How you doing, champ?
Good. How you doing?
Good.
Yeah, we won't keep you that long, man. I know how that goes, believe me.
I just got out of the gym, and my wife says, "Oh, by the way, I gotta go to gymnastics." I was like, "All right, I gotta do an interview.
No.
Can I leave her?" Yeah, sure, no problem, babe. I got it.
Yeah.
Happy wife, happy life.
Oh, yeah. If not, it's going to cost you.
Exactly. There's gonna be a football game I want to go to. She's gonna be like, nah.
So,
I tell everybody I wear the pants in my relationship. She just tells me which ones I can wear.
that's what that's
Yeah,
the only way to stay healthy.
As long as you can say I ruled the roost, I guess, that works. So
how did you get your start, John, in boxing?
I started in boxing. I started late, guys. I didn't start boxing until I was 18 years old.
Yeah.
So I had to take the scenic route to get to where I'm at today. Believe it or not, my first big, in my opinion, my first HBO card that I ever fought on, which was the top ranked card back in the day. Kelly can attest to that, and he was actually the co-main event against Zertuche.
Oh yeah, Anaheim.
So in Anaheim, yes. So and I remember I'm thinking, all right, Pavlik, a big puncher, I like that. On the card. Maybe someone's gonna recognize me. That was back in the day, though.
I almost died that day too because of Jorge Arce's horse.
Almost ran you.
Oh,
over.
exactly. Yeah, the horse that came out and danced with him and Travieso and his brother Panchito.
Yeah.
We heard Robert Garcia on a video recently said that you hit like a heavyweight.
I've been blessed with power, man. Because in this game, you gotta have one of them. You gotta have one good thing: either power, technique, heart, balls. One of those. And fortunately for me, I have the balls, I have the heart, and I have the punching power that help me sustain with the lack of technique for starting so late.
Yeah, John. You know what, man? I've watched your fights, and I think definitely the power is a big thing. And you're right. That's great to have because it can always be a game changer and always keeps people on edge. But man, the chin and the relentlessness, you coming forward, and it would be hard to fight somebody like you. You keep coming, you keep throwing the big shots. Mentally wise, people got to be strong going into the fight, or their camp has to be one of the best camps that they have had to be prepared to go that many rounds in that type of situation, no matter how good of a boxer they are. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. I've upset so many boxers that were supposed to be their A game, the highly touted amateur Olympian experience. But when it comes down to my heart, my will, my power, they can't match that. And I can pull the fight out of the fire at any given moment, and that's helped me throughout my career, especially to sustain at this level for so long.
Yeah, because I seen your pop too. I mean, but again, what I'm impressed with is it takes a whole shitload to get you off somebody. You know what I mean? You keep coming with that power and that conditioning and everything. That's the part I'm impressed with, and that's why it's fun, watching you.
Bro, you might have had the greatest knockout in history when you knocked out Mickey Bay in that 12th round.
Yeah, that Mickey Bay fight was definitely, and the world don't know the backstory behind that fight. There was so much more on the line with that fight, and this might be the debut. I'm going to share the story on the radio station if you guys have the time. So, I lost a fight before that against a guy that I was a 25-1 favorite, and I knew it was a hiccup because I didn't prepare for that fight because I took him lightly, making a critical mistake. I go into my promoter's office at the time, which was Dan Goose, and I said, Dan, you got to get me a fight. I don't care what it is. I got to show the world that this was a hiccup. I got to show them that I belong. And he's like, John, it's going to be hard. You were set to beat this cat. And so he says, go home. I'll call you in a few days. You know, as a fighter, I'm like, oh, man, it's going to be bad. So he called me in a few days, and he called me into his office. Said, what's up, Dan? He's like, I got a fight for you. I said, what you got? And he says, I got Mickey Bay. He says, I said, take the fight. Let's go. Sign the contract. Don't even tell me what I'm making. Sign the contract.
Wow.
I got to show the people. Okay, yeah, but here's the catch. What's the catch? You got to take the fight in 30 days. You got to be kidding me.
Wow.
At this point, I'm like, all right, I don't have a choice. It's either that or I hear the 3 words a fighter never wants to hear. Get a job. So, you know, I said, all right, let me get to work. I get to work. I had to weigh in 135 for this fight. I weighed in at 134. I had to make weight in 30 days. So the whole camp was just pretty much making weight. 30 days is not much of a camp.
No.
And the story played out as it did. I knocked him out with 58 seconds left.
Yeah.
And changed my life.
Well, you know, when you were training for that fight, you probably don't. I know you don't remember. You get a lot of people in there, but I was there. I was there with Joe and Ricky when you were training. I got to meet you a few times in the gym and talk with your father too. He's such a good dude. I think we were talking about disciplining kids, which was really awesome. But yeah, I do remember that. I do remember how much my wife enjoyed meeting you too. She was like, "Oh my God, he hits hard."
I appreciate that.
He hits hard, you know, and you know the one thing that Joe always said was how hard you did it and how hard you worked in the gym. So, which was awesome.
Well, I knew it was all on the line, and believe it or not, that fight, I mean, I don't even want to compare because I got robbed in that fight financially.
Yeah.
But the turnaround after that fight was what set my life up. After that fight, I was able to sign without him, and when I signed without him, my life changed. So it was an awesome thing.
Hey, John, yeah, you got a guy on here, a fan, Michael Cameron. He said, John, you are one of my favorite fighters to watch. Also, you win me my biggest bet in boxing when you beat Ruslan Provodnikov.
Michael, it's Provodnikov, you illiterate fuck.
Yeah, Provodnikov was a tough SOB. He was like a piece of iron. Yeah. And he literally, he was already beat before the fight started because the camp that I had for that fight was an amazing camp. Boxing is so antiquated right now with preparing for fights that these fighters are a little behind the schedule. The reason why I'm able to have these dramatic finishes that I have is because of my strength and conditioning. Yes. Which, it's not like you're going to teach me how to fight because I've been fighting now professionally for 10 years. Yeah. If I don't know how to throw a punch by now, then we're in the wrong business. People might say it's a quirky style, but I throw my punch right, and if it hits you, I'm going to hurt you. Yeah. But with that being said, if you remember that fight with Provodnikov, I threw over 1,000 punches that fight. Wow. I threw over 700 jabs. He didn't have a chance. I was so well prepared for that fight. Conditioning, making weight. I didn't lose water weight. That was the wrong way of doing it. I changed my body composition. Yeah, that was because we had ample time to prepare for that fight. So I changed my body composition, and I really only dehydrated about 5% of my body weight, and that's why I weighed in at 139.4, and the next day I weighed 160 because we did it the right way.
And again, that's a hell of a weapon to have. Like I said earlier, when you're able to hit as hard as you hit, and you're able to be in that type of condition, and you know that you can take a shot, kind of, I'm going to say it because it's how I feel. It's kind of like how my style was. I know I could take a shot. I threw a shitload of punches around for the middleweight division, and I could hit. I was confident going into the fight. So my main thing going into the fight, the only way that I should have lost that fight was totally outclassed, or I just didn't train as hard as I should have. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Absolutely. Put me in the fight. Give me the opportunity with anyone. I'm not shying away from anybody. And that's why the world likes me. I never once took an easy road. I never once took an easy fight. All my title fights, all my fights that I've ever had were always behind the 8 ball. But it's okay. That's my role in boxing. I'll accept it with open arms. And that's going to make me that much more of a dangerous guy. Yeah. Put me in the fight. Put me in the fight. You want me to fight Keith Thurman? Put me in the fight with Keith Thurman. I'll tell you what, the world's going to get a fight. No, and if I land my shot, I'll hurt him.
I guarantee it. You got another question. Actually, Simon Rubakavi is one of our show writers. He's wrote for Box, Fight Hype, and different things like that. Former pro fighter himself. He said, I remember Goosen telling me that Molina had the support of the Teamsters, and I wasn't thinking endorsement wise. I remember thinking that if you beat him, are you going to end up missing?
Yeah, exactly. Now, actually, the Teamsters helped me out big time when I first started my career. When I didn't have an Olympic background, I only had 22 amateur fights. So here's this kid out of nowhere who can hit like a ton of bricks, but no one knows that but myself.
Yeah.
And the Teamsters supported me, and every time I fought at the local shows, I was selling literally 300 tickets a show, 300, 400. My ticket sales were paying for the whole card pretty much. So that made me popular very fast. So all the local promoters had a big hype about me.
Yeah.
To kind of gain the attention of the big promoters. And then before I knew it, I had Top Rank, I had Golden Boys, I had Goose and Tudor, I had them in the crowd watching me. And then, the rest speaks for itself. I was able to make a name for myself and get signed and continue to venture through this crazy journey that we call boxing.
Oh yeah.
It's it's a brutal game, man, and I definitely want to write a book to give people an insight on what boxing really entails. Because people see all the glitz and the glamour and the glory. They see the success that I've had and think, okay, life is just great, But I want to show people what the real life, being a father, training your butt off, having to fight the best in the world because you're now considered one of the best in the world, and having to be able to balance all that. I often compare it to balancing on a chair on top of a beach ball on top of a desk, balancing with one leg in the air. That's what I compare it to.
Yeah.
I know the feeling, man. Definitely. And it's tough. And props to you.
And
thank you. I appreciate that.
What are you looking towards the future, John? What things are you looking forward to?
Well, being with Al Heyman, it definitely makes it a lot easier because Al is really an advocate for us fighters. I can't speak for everybody. I can speak for myself.
Yeah.
But he's always taking care of us with TGB and Al Heyman behind me. I can't go wrong.
He pays better.
And they've always given me the opportunity. So.
Yeah, and he pays better than the rest.
Yeah, and for me, like I said, I want to venture into 40 or 47. I'm big enough to go to 47. I know a lot, and I'm waiting for that one guy to make the wrong choice and say, you know what? Let me take John Molina. Let me take that guy because if we outbox him, we can beat him. And the vigor and the hunger I'm going to come with on the next fight, whomever it is, whether it be someone that's considered to be the best, it's unbeatable. I'm going to fight him and I'm going to take it to him.
Well, the one thing that we can tell you is we'll definitely be rooting for you. Yeah. You have two fans here,
I appreciate that. And Callie, I've always been a big fan of yours coming up, man, watching you. When you were hitting it big, that's when I first got introduced to the game, and I really I love the fact that you hit like a ton of bricks. Yeah, and I kind of didn't want to compare myself to you, but I hit like a ton of bricks as well. And if I had to have any sword in my bag, I'm glad I have that sword.
Hey, John, no, I already compared us, so I already said we fought alike, man. Same styles, pretty much.
Yeah.
Hey, man, it was an honor having you on, dude, and we would totally love to have you back on again.
Yes, for sure.
So I definitely like to, and like I said, my fight should be announced pretty soon here. And again, like everyone thinks, oh, you're going to be the B-side. My whole career has been the B-side. It don't bother me. Give me the opportunity. I'm going to fight this guy. I'm going to upset the world and show them what I'm all about.
Well, listen, the good thing is we're going to be able to find out easily what you got coming up because you're at that point now in your career where it's all over the place. And if you don't mind, when these fights get made and the opponent gets made, if we get you back on, I'm going to put your number in and we'll give you a call or shoot you a text to have you back on and talk about it. So
most definitely, and it's going to be something exciting. And I'll tell you what, I'll be the underdog, but I'm going to come out on top. Mark my words. I guarantee you that. And it's not going to be for myself. It's going to be for every guy, every hardworking man out there that's working 12-hour days to support their family. Boxing has been great to me. What I do in the gym is the same as what a man does to get up to go to work every day. Yeah. I want the world to know that. I want them to know, my motivation is my family. I want to continue to take care of them. They can lead this lifestyle that they lead now.
Well, you definitely got the right mindset, bro. That's for sure.
Well, I appreciate you guys having me on, man.
Oh, yeah, and what an honor to have you. And I appreciate it, John, and thank you for everything. Thank you for coming on. I know that it was, you have things going on, so we'd love to have you back.
Not a big deal. My daughter's actually been pretty good. My 2-year-old, she's being calm right now. Yep. It could have been all the chocolate I gave her, so we're gonna have a little bit of a flashback pretty soon.
Yeah, right. All right, my man. Well, we'll be in touch with you here.
All right, you guys have a good one.
Thank you, bro. I appreciate it.
Thanks, John.
Bye.
What a fucking great interview, man.
That was.
I love John, man. John is, I've met John a few times. I don't think he remembers. Obviously, you have fans all over the place. But I've met him a few times when he was getting ready for Wadagov, and the dude can fucking
I
crack.
almost saw a guy too, because you get the guys on and they're cool as shit like that, and it just makes you a big like I'm.
There's a few guys like that, like Granados. I became a big fan of Granados.
Who's Louisiana?
That's that kid, the other kid. Remember the one from the Cameron's kid, the one we give him a few minutes today. Michael Cameron's kid. Let me hold on. Oh no, go ahead. I was just saying, like, I'll call him. I got his info right here. We have
he's calling again.
Oh, hold on, Dick.
Hello.
Hey, how you doing?
This
hello?
is you're on the air. You're on the air on the punchline with Kelly Pavlik and James Dominguez. How's it going?
How you doing, man? I'm fine, man. This is you guys know who this is, right?
Alvin.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man. Alvin Vermont Jr. That's what's up, man.
Nah,
we were just getting off the phone with
John Molina.
John Molina. So
we wouldn't bring you on if we didn't know your name. That'd be pretty stupid.
Wait, say that again. I can't hear you guys.
Oh, hold on. Let me fix it real quick. Let me fix our thing.
Okay.
Oh shit. All right, can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you.
No, I said we wouldn't bring you on here without knowing your name. That'd be pretty stupid.
Oh, yeah. No, I feel you.
I know.
Hey, man, I just want to...
No, go ahead.
What'd you say? No, first and foremost, man, I just want to say thank you guys, man. You and James, man, for having me on the show, man. Kelly, I used to watch your fights back then, too. This is what's up, man. I'm excited.
Oh, thank you. Well, man. I appreciate it.
We appreciate you coming on. It's an honor having you on, and we love to spotlight some of the other guys up and coming. I think it's the way for Kelly and myself to give back to the sport is spotlighting an up and coming basically, you're moving from that prospect to a contender spot. You know what I mean?
Yeah, the future of boxing.
Yeah, that's right.
So we're happy to have you on. It's people like you and fighters like you that make this show. It's not the big stars, it's you guys.
Yep, that's guaranteed.
Yeah,
so
I hear you, man.
What you got going on?
Well, right now I'm preparing for my big fight, February 24th, which is this weekend, Saturday night in Atlantic City, over at the Showboat Hotel and Casino. And this is also going to be my light heavyweight debut. So I've been holding my own in the cruiserweight division, but health-wise and, also, like, for my career, I feel like it's going to be beneficial for me to, just go down and weight.
Yep.
A lot, yeah. A lot of good things happening, huh?
I've been reading a lot of different things about you, and your style is compared a lot to, like, as a Mike Tyson, the way you fight. A lot of head movement, upper body movement. You're not the tallest guy, but you're always constantly moving, and you're fighting from up and underneath. Would that be pretty factual?
Wait, you said does that feel natural to me?
No, would that be a factual statement saying that you do have that?
Oh yeah, absolutely, man, 100%. I'm from Louisiana. My very first trainer, Rodney Jenkins. That's one thing he said about me. He was, he was like, we wasn't gonna go with the traditional boxing stance. He looked at my stature, and he felt my power when I first hit the glove. Yeah, I ain't go front. It wasn't so much the power, but that was one of the things that he complimented me on. But he just saw my body structure. He was like, son, we're not gonna hold your hands like this, like the traditional way. We're gonna hold your hands close up to your face, like like how Mike used to do it. Yeah. And then we just started training, just like that. We started working on a lot of head movement, a lot of angles, but mostly in that peekaboo stance and that style. And then later on in life, man, it's funny how God works, because now I'm training in Catskills, New York at the Cus D'Amato gym, with Greg Young. Greg Young was a pupil of Cus D'Amato himself, one of the, yep.
Well, like something that a lot of the fans and people listening don't realize is your coach was very well versed in the sport, because he knew you were never going to have the height advantage. So you bring your gloves close to your face would nullify that. You know what I mean? Taking a lot of shots, because it's easier for a fighter to punch down than it is for a fighter to punch up.
What I was going to ask too is that being like with the Catskill, New York, is that Tyson thing kind of what you guys been wanting the entire time, looking for, coming up?
Well, my old trainer used to tell me a lot. Like, he used to say things like, Madge, man, wait until Mike's see you. I wonder what he's going to say. But me being a kid at the time, I never really, like believed that shit too much. I'm not saying that I didn't believe in myself, but I was a kid at the time. But of course, to be able to train in Mike's gym, because when I was an amateur, I won the USA Nationals in 2013, and I was ranked #1 in the nation. And then when Mike found out, what I had accomplished, him and his team at the time, because he was trying to get this Iron Mike Productions promotional company off the ground, in Florida. I forgot who he was with. I don't know if Gary Jonas, yeah. And I have my manager right here with me too as well. But I met him in Florida. He said he gave me a lot of good pointers. I actually sparred in front of him. My sparring session was the best sparring session there, and I'm not just saying that because it was me, but everybody that was there, they did 3 rounds. But I was sparring with this big heavyweight guy, and Mike, they knew I was a cruiserweight, and they had a cruiserweight set up for me to spar because we all had our assigned sparring partners. But I wound up getting in there with the big guy because I wanted to get in there with him. In the 3rd round, I rocked him pretty bad. Yeah. And then Mike started beating on the ring, for an additional, 1 round. He was like, go one more. Next thing you know, everybody in the gym, Kimbo Slice, rest in peace, he was in there, wow. and everybody was screaming out 1 more. But that video is on YouTube, too, if you guys ever want to check that out, man.
Yeah,
with me and Mike Tyson, yep. It's called Champ. I'm in that movie Champs too with Mike Tyson too.
Oh,
Champs.
Okay.
Yeah, I've seen that. They say I hear that you're very knowledgeable about old fighters. Who inspired you to become a fighter? What fighter did you look up to?
Man, I have so many, man. Sugar Ray Robinson. The way the guy just glided around the ring and the way he was able to put his combinations together. Just like. I mean, he was really in tune with just rhythm, and boxing it's all about rhythm, it's like a heartbeat, and if that beat stops, then you're in trouble, and then there's guys like Willie Pep. Willie Pep was a ring general, man.
Yeah.
He knew his way in, around that ring, and that's what I'm saying. It was only one Mike Tyson. I'm Alvin Alexander Vermal Jr. Mike and I have similar styles, but I have to earn my stripes, man. Mike accomplished a lot in the game. But with that being said, Jose Torres didn't fight like Floyd Patterson. Floyd Patterson didn't fight like Mike.
No.
And those are 3 because the amount of fighters, that he brought up to be champions.
Yeah.
And we all have a similar style. We have the foundation that set down for us, with the style, but we all are unique in our own way. And it's like I look at guys like Sugar Ray Robinson, and I say to myself, something, man, if I can learn to put my combinations together like that, something similar, and like Willie Pep with the way his footwork was, and guys like Rocky Marciano, I like him, because especially the short order. I mean, the short old school fighters, because I'm a short guy myself, so I like to see the greats, the little big giants, so to say, right?
Yeah, well, Kelly's sparring partner was a small light heavyweight, and he did pretty well.
Yeah, and the thing is, that's a great point you bring up. You can never stop learning. You know what I mean? And to be a book of knowledge in boxing or in any sport, there's nothing wrong with that, and that's how you get better. You always, like you said, you watch the film. Take this, take that, find out what works for you, try this, try that. It's only going to make you better. It's only going to make you better. It ain't hurting,
That's right, man. It's like gumbo, down there in Louisiana, we make that gumbo, we mix it up.
Yeah.
We put it in a pot, all them different spices, and then come out good, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's how you make gumbo then. I'm going to try that shit at home.
So,
that's right. I'm going to have to bring you a plate of gumbo, man.
Yeah.
After my grandmother whipped that up for you.
So Alvin, I look, and we get a lot of questions about fitness, and we get a lot of questions about cutting weight, because a lot of people watch the show. They're always curious about fighters. What are some of the things that you do to make weight, and some of the things that you do to get in shape? Because I always notice you come to your fights in shape. You're known for that. You're always in shape.
Well, I appreciate that, man. My team, I have a really good team. I credit that to, my nutritionist, Matt. Then I have, my 2 conditioning strength trainers, Gabe Young, Powerhouse Athletic, and then I have Mark Fest. You know, and then it's just being disciplined, man. That's what it really all boils down to. It's just the discipline. I mean, you can have a nutritionist and he can give you all the healthy meals, you know, but if you're still, you know, cheating here and there and, you know, just like not taking your craft serious, it's gonna always catch up with you in the long run. It's gonna show, you know. So it's just all about being disciplined and being consistent with what you're doing, you know. For me, it's easier now, you know, because of my perspective of it all, you know, like overall, I just want to be healthier, man. You know, that first, and then boxing, you know. But it's super beneficial for my career, you know, because I want to have longevity, man. I don't want to just have this short run, you know. If the run is short and sweet, then I ain't gonna complain. But at the same time, you know, with my passion for the sport, I just want to have longevity in the sport, man. I want to be able to, you know, reign for as long as I can, you know. But that's what it's all about. It's just all about taking care of your body, you know. Like I like to say, you know, you're not gonna put the same gas that you would put in a Toyota Camry and a Lamborghini, you know. And that's what I was doing in the past, you know. And I'm pretty sure all fighters are victims of that, you know, not putting the proper gas in your gas tank. You want to put that gas that's gonna run, you know, allow you to run, you know. So that's how I'm looking at it. And then me being a shorter fighter, man, like I say, you know, I have to be in supreme condition to be able to break these guys down like I plan on doing, you know. I want to dominate these guys, and you know, with me with the out point of punches that I put, you know, with the condition, that has to be up to par, basically. So
you remind me a lot of one of Kelly's sparring partners who gave Kovalev everything he could handle. He beats Adonis Stevenson. He's about 5'8".
Oh yeah, Darnell Boone.
And
oh yeah,
one punch on.
I got it.
He beat Stevenson,
Adonis
Stevenson,
yeah.
And he got robbed on the Kovalev fight.
Yeah, dropped Ward. Andre Ward.
And then he's about 5'7", 5'8", 175. He's a lot like you, built a lot. And the first thing I thought was he's a lot like Darnell.
Yeah. Darnell was a hell of a fighter, man. You know, the only thing is just that bad management. They made him a journeyman, and but he could fight. Dangerous opponent.
Yeah.
Yeah, Alvin, your manager, I don't know, Michael Cameron, he said, Kelly wanted to know, was your plan always to get to Custom Auto Gym?
No, my manager is actually Kyle Lau.
Oh, okay, I wasn't
Kyle Lau. Yeah. Michael Cameron, he's part of the team. He's the matchmaker.
Oh, matchmaker, I'm sorry. He wanted to know, was your plan always to get to Custom Auto's gym? Was that your plan?
You know something, man, I'm a strong believer, you know, it was God's plan, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It wasn't mine, you know. I feel like, you know, I deserve to be here. You know, there's no fighter in the Custom Auto Gym that's represented the way that I am. You know, to be honest with you, the gym was damn near a museum until I came. You know, there wasn't really fighters in there that was taking it serious. There was some guys that came through every now and then. You'll see them for a couple of weeks, and then you won't see them anymore. Yeah. I'm the only fighter that's really holding it down, man. Wow. You know, I take a lot of pride in that, you know, because I feel like I'm the next in coming. You know, it's a sign on top of the gym, you know, and it says Floyd Patterson, home of Floyd Patterson, Jose Torres, Mike Tyson, didn't you be right too, Kyle? Yep, and you know, God willing, man, it's going to say Alvin Alexander Lamar Jr.
Yeah.
You know, so that, like I really take that shit serious. I don't really, you know, these. Yeah.
We see a title in your future. I mean, I think you have all the tools to make it. I see, you know, you have a great personality. You're intelligent. You're confident. And I mean, that's what you need. And you have skills. You have great, you know, I think we're going to see big things from you.
Yeah, definitely, man.
Thank you so much, man. I really appreciate that, you guys. For real.
Student of the game, and that's what gets people to the championships, you know.
That's right. So I'm trying to get on that stage that you was on, Kelly, man. You know, I'm trying to, man. You know, it's coming. I know it's coming. You know, it's coming a whole lot faster than I thought it would. You know, I thought it would come, but we getting ready, man. We definitely getting ready for it. You know.
They said Darnell's coming to camp after your fight, Alvin.
Yo, that would be awesome,
that's
man.
That's what Michael's saying, that he's actually coming into your camp after your fight, that they're bringing Darnell in. You guys are matched about the same height and same reach, so it'll be nice to fight somebody you might be a little taller than.
Hey man, it's all good, you know.
Whoop his
Gotta
ass.
do some good work.
Whoop his ass and tell him it's from me and
Yeah.
Kelly. Tell him it's from me and Kelly.
Yeah.
Wait, what'd you say? Repeat that? I'm
I said,
sorry.
whoop Darnell's ass and tell him it's from me and Kelly.
Hey man, I'm just trying to get that experience, man.
Yeah.
You know, it'll be some good work. It'll be some good work.
Yeah, Darnell's good people.
Much
Yeah.
respect to Darnell, man.
Darnell's good people,
Respect to
though.
him.
Yeah, you'll enjoy with him, and I think that'll be some good work.
Yeah, make sure you guys film that so we can see it.
All right, nah, man. You know we can't film. We can't film that, man.
We won't put it out there.
We won't put it out there. Hey, we'll put Ellie Sec back in there. Ellie will film it whether you want to or not.
Oh man.
But yeah, like I said, it was great having you on, and it's an honor to have you on our show. I mean, we really appreciate it, and we would love to have you back. Anytime you want to come back, you're always welcome.
Yeah, especially after the fight, man, or if you want to get on right before.
Yeah, man. Thank you so much, man. After the fight, for sure. Maybe we can do, a part 2, and I can let you guys know how the fight went. And
Yeah.
hopefully I answered all you guys' questions, man,
No, you did. And
I really
listen,
appreciate it.
it's our show, so we can have you on anytime we want. And I think we'll for sure do that.
And since you're a student of the game, we would like to call you and just talk boxing with you. You know what I mean? On the show, like, hey, let's hear what you have to say.
Hey, that's cool with me, man. Respect. I appreciate that. Definitely.
And we'll be rooting for you. And if there's anything you need from us, let us know.
Yo, man. Thank you, James, man. And I appreciate you too, Kelly, man. You guys have a great thing going on right now, man. And you guys got my back too. I got you guys back too.
Thank you. I appreciate it, Alvin. We really do.
Yeah, definitely, man. Go out there and whoop ass, and we'll be back in touch with you.
All right.
Thank you,
Take
bro.
care,
Appreciate
man.
it.
All right, homie.
Well, that's Alvin, man. I mean, shit, that kid has it together, And
It does, and that's the thing. Student of the game, and when you're able to keep a mind open for knowledge and learning and listening, you can only get better.
I mean, it's really hard nowadays to find a kid that has it together. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And and for you guys that want to follow his fight, that's Alvin Varnell Jr. Alvin Varnell Jr. Look him up. It's Alvin Alexander Varmel, Varmal Jr. They call him Iron Magic. Look him up on YouTube and watch him. I mean,
say it a little faster.
It's Alvin Alexander Varmel.
Alvin Marl Jr. I don't know. You don't want me talking. My lips getting.
Oh, dude, mine do too. It's like, but yeah, I mean, like I said, what a good show today.
Really was.
And if anybody has a couple questions before we roll out, go ahead and give them now, or forever hold your peace till 2 weeks from now, because next week is Technique Tuesday.
Yes, it is.
We're going to be in the ring. Me and Kelly are, and we're going to be.
James made a funny point the other day. He was like, we were talking, discussing the show and talking about Technique Tuesday. He's like, yeah, maybe we can just go over the Peterson and Spence fight. I said, all right, that'll be easy. I was like, what the fuck do you want me to say on Peterson's part?
Maybe what Peterson could have done to prolong the agony, you know what I mean?
Just not in the ring.
Yeah, not go in the ring.
Turn back around.
Sidestep that whole shit altogether.
Nah, I'm good.
Peterson, can I fight Jeff Horn instead?
Yeah, right.
Can I get Amir Khan? Did you tell him about the new Technique Tuesday, guys? Will not be on YouTube.
Or on FaceTime.
Facebook, FaceTime anymore. We're gonna go to YouTube directly we're gonna do YouTube directly for Technique Tuesday. So if you guys want to watch Technique Tuesday, be sure to.
And there might be even sometimes here and there are some regular shows that go on.
Special shows, yeah.
Yeah, on YouTube. It's something that we have to do. I love doing a show on Facebook Live, but we're still going to be on Facebook Live, so don't nobody jumping the gun. So,
but we need to focus. We're trying to focus on the whole YouTube hits too and things like that. But the Technique Tuesday, I think we've been getting a good response from YouTube.
Yeah.
So I want to try to push that a little more. If you guys enjoy the show and you want to see more of it, and you want to watch Technique Tuesday, where you get to see Kelly actually work in the ring, which is a rare treat because you're not going to see a 3-time world champ work in the ring like that very often. Go to YouTube, like it, subscribe, and subscribe to it, please.
Yeah.
Even if you don't watch the show, subscribe to the motherfucker.
Yeah, listen, because subscribing is the important thing.
Yeah. Also, share it. Share the show to everybody. Like I said, if whoever has the most shares on their show, all right, we'll be giving out merchandise, and Kelly will be signing some autographs and things like that for you. We got T-shirts coming. We got some backpacks. We got some things like that. So make sure you guys share.
Said, what about the auctions? I missed last week. Had to go on vacation.
Yeah, you missed the auction, Daniel. We'd already sold. It was gone, buddy.
Yeah, we already did that.
The silent auction, it went out.
Yep. So, but hey, everybody, thanks for tuning in. Great show.
And if you have any questions, go ahead and hit us up on the messenger. We'll get to them tonight. We'll answer them.
Because or even on the show, you can still ask questions, and we'll tap into it and answer what we can.
Usually, and if you have a question, make sure you do it on Tuesday nights right after. Don't hit me on Thursday or Friday or Saturday for the question because.
Yeah, I don't even think is this still even up? Well, yeah, if they comment, it'll come back up.
Yeah, but if you guys have questions, hit me up tonight or tomorrow, and or Kelly will be able to answer them. And if I don't know, I'll say I do know. I'll pretend.
Yep.
But like I said, guys, this show is not a show without you, and we appreciate the support. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share on YouTube, and it would be appreciated. And we appreciate you guys, and thank you.
We'll see us.